Okay, we're here. Hi, everybody. Just reading the headlines coming out of the U.S. here. Durable goods orders lower than expected. Latest documents, latest updates coming. Welcome, everybody, to the show. It's great to have you here. Welcome to Thursday, March 24th, Stock Markets with Bruce, where we try to talk about the markets in plain English so we can make sense of what the hell's going on. And we also try to figure out how to make money in this market, like writing stock options, burping too, but writing stock options and cashing in on depreciating contracts as they whittle out. We have good news coming our way. If you're a writer of GameStop options, if you've been writing GameStop options a week ago, 2 weeks ago, this week, and the last couple of days, the market is going the right direction for you guys. The stock is dropping a bit here. We're right now at 133.99, 134. We're off about $7 a share in the pre-market here. We hit a high yesterday of 151.94, 150.93, 150.93, just under 151. That was the high today, yesterday. Right now we're 134. So hello, a $17 drop from midday yesterday to this morning. That should tell you something about what's going on here. We already have, without a lot of fanfare, a drop. There are headlines out there today, right now, this morning, talking about how great GameStop is doing. I mean, these articles must have been written 24 hours ago, and they're finally getting them posted. Hello, wake up to reality, people. These so-called pundits and experts. This stock is off 20%. Well, not 20%, off 10% from 151 to here. That's 15 some odd dollars lower already. Here's the other kicker this morning. The volume right now for the pre-market on GameStop, 129,000 shares. That is known as, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. You only have 129,000 volume after a record run like you had yesterday and the day before. You get 129,000 in the pre-market this morning. That's not good. That cannot maintain these prices. There's no way. We opened up this morning. If in the first half the day we haven't done 10 million shares, we're going lower. I kind of wonder if we're even going to do 10 million shares for the day on GameStop. I really don't know if we'll even do 10 million. 133.63 right now. I wonder, could we be in the 120 level, 120.25 level in the first hour already this morning? That is entirely possible. Then the question is deterioration from there. What will it be like? Yesterday, we did 25 million shares. The day before was like 14 million shares, something like that. So it was a big gain from 2 days ago to yesterday. But if today it's back to less than 14 million, that is a sign that the party ended yesterday afternoon. It was over already. We had all the hype, all the whatever. Look at it this way. No shareholder of GameStop 2 weeks ago in any way, shape, or form had a thought that these shares of GameStop were going to trade anywhere over 120 bucks a share on a good day or not. There was no one thinking 135, 140, 145, or $150 would be breached for GameStop when they were just looking at quotes the week before at 78, 83, $88 a share, 95 back to the mid 80s, 100 back to 90. Nobody was expecting the stock to just go to $151 a share. So when the market moved like it did, Cohen stepped in, bought 100,000 up at an average of 102, started at 96, stopped at 108, 102 average, and the market went after him, came in after him. And once we broke that 115.20 barrier, there were no sell orders lying around to be filled. There was a vacuum. There was a gap. Quite normal. It's kind of like it's like you're telling me that Apple is trading right now at 170 whatever share, 171. If Apple went to 190 this morning, in the first hour of the day, $190. I can tell you that between 190 and 210, there'll be nothing for sale because nobody in their right mind is expecting Apple to go up $20 a share today. Nobody, no institution, no speculator, nobody. There's a couple of wishers and dreamers and hopers and aspirationalists saying, oh yeah, I'll get 195 for my stock. I'll put in a stink offer. There's no offers. Well, that's what happened here with GameStop. Once GameStop broke through that 105, 110, 15 barrier in an awful hurry and then ran up into the 120 and then 143 overnight, the night before last, it was inevitable that yesterday, if it kept on going past 145, it could run up to, as it did, 150.51. But at that point in time, you went too far too quickly, and it's kind of like a bungee jump. You're jumping all the way down, and you're at the bottom of that thing, and now the rope brings you back. Yeah, the elastic has brought this stock back, and it is coming back big time. But it won't reach the platform for where it jumped at. It won't go back to $80 a share. That's not going to happen. We're not going back to $90 a share. That's not going to happen. If you've written contracts that are 80, 85s, 80, 85s, 90s, 95s, it is unlikely you're going to see your stock back to $95 a share today or tomorrow. That's not likely. What is probably likely is we could see this stock today, tomorrow, be in this 120.25 neighborhood, possibly a bit lower than that. But to get under 120 and stay under 120 for a prolonged period of time, we're going to need Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. We're going to need that kind of time to really see if the deterioration happens. Now, I've been wrong, from time to time in my lifetime. I'm only telling you what I see from an experience point of view from 1979 trading days to now. What I see right now is a stock that's trading very lightly, backed off already 4.6%. I think we're only at the tip of the iceberg. I think a lot of shareholders are pleasantly surprised that their shares went from the 70s and 80s to the 140s and 50s, maybe shocked and surprised, like surprised in a shocked kind of way. But now reality is setting in. And there are a lot of people out there going, gee, I should have sold my stock yesterday at 145 to 150. I should have offloaded it. Then I just buy it back here now. Maybe I can buy it back later today. And as the morning wears on and the buying volume doesn't show up to go to 40 million volume, which we're not going to get, we go back to 10 million volume, 8 million volume, 12 million volume, or less, we will go lower. More sellers will come in going, I should have sold this. I should have sold. And people want to take profits. And the buyers will back up and go, well, there's no hurry for me to chase this stuff. Because if it's just going to go from 145, 150 back to 110, why am I paying 134 for it? And so people are going to try to figure out that equilibrium. Where is the new low? And what's the new range going to be? And I'm kind of guessing in my mind, 110 to 120, 110 to 125 might be our new neighborhood for a while. Might be. Have to see it happen ourselves before we know for sure, but that's what I thought it might be. 134.20 right now. We are jumping all over the place on this stock, which is what it does. AMC, by the way, I was looking at it this morning. Yeah, we're at 2027 right now on AMC. This one has been also jumping in the high 19s this morning and 2050. We're down 45 cents right now to 2029. We closed last night at 2074. It had been 22 something at the height, but it is now off already $2+ a share from its high. That's a 10% pullback as well. And it's not going anywhere at this point either. Other stocks we're following, Rocket Lab shows an 8-cent gain at this moment in time, showing SoFi up a nickel. I've got Matterport up 7 cents. News on Matterport this morning. Credit Suisse has revised their target price. They call the stock an outperform, but they've revised their target price from $23 to $13. Of course, right now we're $8.26 a share. So if we get back to 13, I think a lot of us would be smiling already going, well, at least we're back to 13. Let's kind of go from there. So we'll see how it happens there. 23andMe is up 6.9 cents. Let's call it 7 cents to 381. Spire looks like it's up 5 cents to 212. ATIP not moving, 175, not going anywhere. Smart Rent is up 16 cents to 659. This stock just can't seem to get it together. It'll have a good day, and then it'll have a lousy day. It'll go up for 2 days and then give it all back on the third day. We can't seem to break out from $7 to $8 at the moment. We're at 659, up 16 cents this morning. We really need a sustained move on this thing. Cyxtera has opened on a pre-market trade at 11.94. I just don't know how many shares have really traded on that, if that's really serious or not, but it is 11.94. Apple this morning, we're up $1 right now. We were up more than $1 this morning, though, but now we're up $1. I kind of get the impression that the markets are easing off going into the opening. For example, the Dow Jones futures right now are up 90 points. They were up 150 an hour ago. S&P's up 16 and Nasdaq's up 64. These markets are up a quarter of a percentage point for the Dow, 0.37% for the S&P, and 0.43 for the Nasdaq. They were basically double this. They were double as good as we are now. Earlier this morning, we're not there anymore, and we seem to be slumping back, coming towards the opening, which is now 40-something minutes away. Crude, by the way, oil, down 21 cents a barrel to 114.72. We're not going anywhere at this point today. All right, so it's possible that crude could fall further. It's possible that the big markets open just around the positive line, and in the first hour, we find out just whether or not there is a sustained buying program coming into this market for now, or will today be a dip first and a rise later, or will there be a rise in the first hour and then a dip for the rest of the day? I don't know. We'll see. At the moment, I see weakness, but there are waves. All right. So Apple at 107, up 107 to 171.29. I think 170 is at risk. 168 downside is easily attainable. Upside, maybe another half a dollar to $1 to 173, maybe. I don't know. If we have a back off today, remember, Apple went up yesterday when the market went down 400 points. Apple now is overpriced compared to 2 days ago with everybody else. It's overperformed everybody else. You can only go so far until you run into profit taking, and I wonder if Apple will have that happen around this 171, 172 neighborhood. We'll find out. Goldman Sachs, 337.96, up 234 a share. That's a weak recovery. I don't have much faith in this stock hitting 340 for the moment. Cisco down 21 cents. Cisco up 21 cents. We had a down day yesterday of $1.69. We're at 54.69. I don't know if we have much upside here. You might want to sell into 55s or 56s. Sell some contracts into next week at these prices. Tesla, 16.39 gain right now at 1,015. They're into a world unto themselves with the new Giga plant in Berlin underway. Arc Innovation up 78 cents to 66.45. That's slumping. We were up over $1.20, $1.50 earlier. Microsoft at $300, 88 cents, up $1.38. This is the resistance point for Microsoft. Support level usually $2.90. Bed Bath & Beyond up 12 cents to 22.15, and Pfizer is up 20 cents this morning, 52.39. I ask myself whether all of these up quotes I've just given you, Apple, Goldman, Cisco, Tesla, Arc Innovations, Microsoft, Pfizer, are all of these dead cat bounces this morning? Are we just getting a little bounce back from yesterday's 400-something point drop, only to drop further today? We may have to test some more support levels as the morning goes on to see if this is going to really go anywhere. I don't know. We'll see. Back to GameStop, 134.01, down $7. AMC 2028, down 46 cents. That's where we're at right now. The Dow Jones is up 107, and S&P up 18, Nasdaq up 70. U.S. durable goods orders dropped more than forecast in February. U.S. initial jobless claims fall to the lowest level since 1969. Isn't that something? U.S. jobless claims fall to the lowest level since 1969. The initial jobless claims fell by 28,000 to 187,000 people in the week ended March 19th, the Labor Department said Thursday. That's the lowest level since September 69. Economists polled by Wall Street Journal had expected a reading of 210,000. The number of people already collecting jobless benefits fell by 67,000 to 1.35 million, though these so-called continuing claims are at their lowest level since the 70s. With workers scarce, companies are not laying off workers. Last week, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell called the labor market it's extremely tight, noting that wages are rising at the fastest pace in a long time. Layoffs are expected to remain low for now. Once looming Fed rate hikes bite, there could be some pain in the labor market. There is what is happening. And again, it comes back to that is just looking at a comment here. I see a headline: former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort removed from plane en route to Dubai from Miami. What is this all about? Was removed from a plane because he carried a revoked passport. Manafort was removed from an Emirates airline flight without incident Sunday, but directed further questions to U.S. Border and Customs Protection. The agency did not immediately respond. Manafort, 72 years of age. There's all kinds of stuff about his past. I'm not going to go into that. He was released from a low security prison where he was serving more than a 7-year federal sentence amid concerns about the risk posed to prisoners by the coronavirus causing the disease. And the prisons decided to free him because of his age and health vulnerabilities. Yeah, that's all we got. So interesting. He's out there. Anyway, interesting. The U.S. labor market, folks. The reality is this. You know it, and I know it. We've been talking about this now for months. The U.S. labor market is not the same anymore. It is not the same. The U.S. labor market that we knew in January of 2020 versus March 22, completely different labor force made up of a lot of different people. Many of us have left the labor force, and keep in mind also there's this. The analysts keep forgetting this one little thing. Most people will be employed from about their 20th year, ballpark, to about their 65th year. All right. Now, if we take 25 to 65 and make it a 40-year career time frame for university graduates, college graduates, those of us who party for 5 years after high school and college, and we finally get our asses together and get to work at 25. There's a 40-year span of a career that we're going to have, a working life. The reality is that every year, 1/40th of the workforce leaves the workforce because they turn 66 every year. Well, that's 2.5% turnover every year. 2.5% new people come in, 25-year-olds. 2.5% of the workforce leaves, 65, 66. And that's normal. Well, we've had 2 years now of time since the beginning of the coronavirus. That's 5% of the labor force that is gone. That's step one. All right. That's a fact. And whether there was a disease or not wouldn't make a damn bit of difference. We were going to lose 5% of the workforce from the 64-year-olds, the 65-year-olds. They're gone. The replacement workers are supposed to come in and take over. The 23-year-olds become 24 and 25-year-olds, and they enter the workforce. All right. But guess what happened? A lot of corporations had to tell their workers to go home and work from home, meaning that the offices weren't there, which meant that the recruiting officers, the training managers for the new 24 and 25-year-olds were not at the office. And the brand new 24, 25-year-olds weren't coming to the office to start their new careers. And corporate America did the right thing, as did corporate Canada, corporate Europe. They didn't hire 24 and 25-year-olds back in 2 years ago at the beginning of the virus because there was no office to hire them into. And since there's a potential slowdown in the world economy coming, because no one knew what was going to happen to the world economy, corporations weren't going to be on a hiring spree during the beginning of the pandemic. They were going to be on a let's just kind of hold the fort here, hope this lasts 30 to 60 days and we can get through it. 30 days later, 60 days later, 90 days later, we're not through it. We're still in it. You can see how many corporations did not hire new people. They backed off. And what did we see in the first few months of the virus? Unemployment. I mean, the number of people unemployed just shot up to unbelievable. No, 10 million jobs disappeared in the United States. Well, guess what? The first 5 million of those, the future workers that weren't hired to replace the ancients who were leaving. 5 million people left, like 5% of the workforce. So there's where your numbers come from. You get these shifts, and then normalization began to slowly come back, and there were job openings for the 24 and 25-year-olds in fast food restaurants, warehouses at Amazon, the warehouses at Kmart or Walmart, I should say. The so-called entry-level grunt jobs were available, but a lot of 25-year-olds, university graduates, aren't particularly interested in this kind of a gig. So the workforce has completely changed. And then the other thing that's happened, obviously, is from the workers who were 40 years old and over, basically, 40 and over. These are people with already 15 years of service, of experience. You're 25 when you started, now you're 40. You've been working for 15 years. You know your way around. You're at the prime of your life, your working life, your adult life. 40 to 45-year-olds to 50-year-olds to 55-year-olds, how many of those folks had to start working from home and now want to stay working from home? There's a percentage of the workforce there not coming back to the office. And many of those folks, quite a number of them, who have decided to not go back are with their employers and staying at home, or have left their employers and have gone on their own. And again, that's another big, profound shift in the labor force. Never to go back. We have completely changed for a generation the entire labor force of the Western world. This is why these numbers come out about all these job openings. Of course, if you are a 45-year-old who figured out that you can work from home, not commute to the office, not have to hire babysitters or daycare for your children as much as you had in the past, because you're home now more hours. Between husband and wife, the two of them now working from home. Today, mom is taking you to school. Tomorrow, dad's going to take you to school. Or mom's taking you to school, dad's picking you up. We have an entire new dynamic for the family life. The life of a U.S.-Canadian family have changed dramatically. And the entire scheduling has changed dramatically. And now the needs of commuters has changed dramatically. And this is still reverberating through the economy, incredibly. And it's shifted spending habits of money, because we're bringing in as much money as before. Theoretically, we're spending less on certain things and spending more on other things. And people are upgrading their homes, home offices. And so we've had the mass exodus from certain cities and certain types of real estate to other kinds of real estate. And we've had the major, the big resignation that we keep talking about, people quitting their jobs, 4 million a month walking away from their jobs because the jobs were crap. The jobs were crap. They were always crap. People were only doing those jobs because they had to do those jobs to pay the bills. There were no other avenues to go to for a lot of folks out there. And they decided, I don't need this crap. I don't have to do this anymore. Amazing changes in the workforce. And this is why these statistics that come out now every month or so, these new stats, these new unemployment figures, these new claims, jobless claims, and everything else, all different. And yeah, the lowest unemployment level since 1969, and the lowest number of people applying for unemployment insurance since the 70s. That's right. And you have to also understand something else. In 1969 and 1970, 71, 72, how many Americans were there? There weren't 360 million Americans in 1969. There were 250, 270 million Americans. We're talking about 50 years ago, man. 50 years ago? 53 years ago? When man landed on the moon? We're talking a whole long time ago. I was 14 in 1969. Yeah, there were 200 and some odd million Americans. Now there are 300 and something. If your unemployment numbers are now equal to 1969, we're talking a historical change of epic proportions. I mean, this is just unthinkable. It's kind of like saying the same thing in 1970. We haven't seen this unemployment level since 1920. What? There were no unemployment stats really in 1920 you could count on. You could only guess. There was no social insurance. There was no unemployment insurance in 1920. The world has completely changed from 20 to 70 to 1970 to today. I mean, it's a whole different world. But if the stats are saying we have never seen numbers this low before, you know this world that we're used to has changed. And we're not going back. Because you talk to someone today that is working from home and has found that in the last year and a half, they've adjusted to it and they've made it work. And that they found that because they're working from home, not only has their daily life completely changed, but there are millions of likely workers, maybe tens of millions of people who have probably found health issues have changed. Mental stress levels have changed for the better, maybe for the worse. I can see where a lot of people's pressure has come down dramatically because they are no longer exposed to bullies at work, tyrants at the office, stress of driving to the office and back every day, stress of trying to find a parking spot, the stress of the car breaking down, the stress of the cash flow. Can you imagine today? You have to commute to your job 5 days a week at $5 a gallon for gas. Just think about that. What were you paying for fuel 3 years ago for your car? Now you got to double that. Did you get a raise that equaled that kind of money? A lot of you aren't getting that. You wouldn't have gotten that. You were getting 2 and 3% raises during your work careers before the pandemic. Just equal to inflation, if that. Things have completely changed. We're not going back. We're not going back. So here we are, kids. Here we are. All right. I'm amazed at how it's gone, but on the other hand, I guess I'm not. It is what it is, and it has been an amazing transformation of the world at large. What can I say? Thank you, everybody, for being here this morning. It's great to see you guys. We're at 7 o'clock my time. That's 9 o'clock Eastern. We open up in a half an hour. Gamestop is 133.60 down 740 a share. And thank you all for being here already this morning. We've already got 134 thumbs ups, it looks like. I appreciate that. And we are going to go to member comments only. Thank you, all of you who've popped in who are not members. Say hi. It's nice to see you. I hope you're all well out there. And hope you all stay very well and things go all right. Those of you who are members of this channel, I welcome you here. I thank you for being part of our family here. And we're going to go right over to the member-only side now for commentary. And we'll go from there. Stop the fistfights. Welcome one, welcome all to Stock Markets with Bruce, where we try to cover the markets, we think, in plain English, if that is possible. Lots to cover, lots to watch, lots to follow, and we'll see what happens. We're up 130 now on the Dow, going into the last 30 minutes. We are now up 23 on the S&P and 92 on NASDAQ. This is about 0.38 to 0.6% of an improvement. So it's a little better than 15, 20 minutes ago because of these latest stats on the labor market and on claims and everything else. But as I say, we're really going to have a hard time of it. Maybe not you and I personally, but I think that people out there who are professionals at trying to gauge the future of the economy and trying to gauge the performance of the labor market or anything else, there are people out there who are paid to do all this. I think they're going to have a tough time figuring out where we really are because they're, as I say, they're looking at 1969 stats and going, "We haven't seen stats like this since 1969." And others are going, "We haven't seen stats like this since the low 1970s. Like this is unbelievable." Yeah, we're not the same anymore. Of course, we weren't the same as 1969 even 10 years ago, obviously. The world of 1969 to today, if many of you were sent back in time to 1969 and you were what age you are now back to that point in time, you'd be looking around going, how do I do stuff? How does this work? How do things happen here now? I don't understand this. I don't have a cell phone. I can't text. I can't do emails. Where's the ATM? Uh, how do I buy groceries? I don't even know what I'm doing. Everybody's walking around with cash. Where do I get cash? How do I do that? I got to fill out a deposit slip, a withdrawal slip. What the hell is a withdrawal slip at a bank? What does that mean? What do you mean the bank's only open until 4 in the afternoon? They're not open on Saturdays and Sundays? What? How do I? You got to be kidding me. I have to have money Friday afternoon to survive until Monday morning? You, what? No, you guys would be lost. Business would be lost. People would be confused and you'd be shocked at how slowly everything was going at that time. And yet, in 1969, the world was moving very quickly because it had changed dramatically in 10 years from 1959, and it had changed dramatically from 1949, and it was unrecognizable from 1939. Unrecognizable by 49 versus 39. So America had already gone through several 10-year revolutions to 69, and then 79 and 89, yet again, another complete, total, everything revolution. And here we are in 22, and we're still doing it. And the disruptors are there. The disruptors are out there to keep advancing mankind and all that stuff for good and for bad, the best and for the best and for the worst. So yeah, a whole different ball game. 1969, your kids would be saying to you and your wife, "Hey, mom and dad, are we going to go to the drive-in this weekend to watch the new Batman movie? We can go to the drive-in and watch the new Batman movie." And you'd be looking at your wife going, "I haven't been to a drive-in since my dad took me in 1981. You'd be shocked that there are so many of them. You couldn't believe how many drive-ins there still were at that time. And they were beginning to fade out at that time. You'd get into your so-called car and you'd be going, "Where's the power windows? Where's the air conditioning? Where's my satellite radio? How do I turn this radio on? You mean I have to have? There's a vent button to cool the car down inside the car when you're driving. The vent button. What does that do? It just lets air in from the outside. That's all it does. What does that smell? That when I'm driving the car, what does that smell? Well, that's the gasoline burning in your engine through the carburetor, and it's a very inefficient unit, and so fumes are always going up into the air, and it goes through the car all the time. You smell the gasoline all the time." You would have been shocked had you been in line at the grocery store waiting to pay for food. You'd be going, "What's that smell? Oh, BO, body odor." Not everyone was using deodorant yet in 1969. That was a new thing. The sights, the sounds, the smells would blow your mind away had you landed in 1969. They can't show you that in the Back to the Future movies when he goes back in time. You can't get the sounds. You can't get the smells of real life back at that time. Whole different world, man. It was a whole different world. Anyway, welcome to the welcome to the future. 2022. Here we are. Well, let's see how things go. GameStop 133.50 down 750 a share at this point. Let's take a look at some of our other favorites. Early morning with the, what is it, 24 minutes to go. Rocket Lab up 7 cents. SoFi is up 12 to 9.49. GameStop at 133.63. AMC at 2014 now, down 59 cents. Matterport is at 8.30, up 11 cents. Up 23andMe is up 5 cents. Spire is up 3. ATIP, no trades yet. Smart Rent showing a 16-cent gain. Cyxtera showing a 35-cent gain. Apple holding 113 higher. Goldman only up 195 now. Cisco up 20 cents. Tesla up $15. ARK up only 62 cents. Microsoft up 131 at $300.80. Bed Bath Beyond up 28, and Pfizer only up a dime now, coming into the market as we are moving forward to opening everything up. Talk this morning from Russia. The market opened. The stock market opened in Russia this morning. Earlier today for the first time in a month. Can you imagine the New York Stock Exchange being closed for a month by your government and NASDAQ and all the other markets? Everything shut down for a month because of a military exercise that we are conducting in a foreign country. Don't ask any questions. Don't ask for any clarification. And if you don't agree with what I just said, maybe you'd be best to stay home and not discuss it publicly. Can you imagine living in a country where the stock market is closed until further notice? And the reason the stock market is closed is because of foreign interference in our domestic affairs. Really, you're a nuclear power. You have enough military weaponry to annihilate the planet on your own. If you launched all your nuclear weapons in a couple of days, you could wipe out civilization as you knew it. And you're afraid, or you're concerned about foreign intervention in your markets, and you're going to close the markets indefinitely, which turns out to be a month, and no one can question any reason for it. What kind of a world do these people live in? These poor average Russian Joes and Schmoes. Talk about being totally captive to a bunch of lunatics out there. But it is true. It is absolute ridiculousness. And the market's open today. Now, the market's open today in Russia with a couple of slight adjustments to how we do our trading. Like the first change, no foreigner can sell stock. The only sellers allowed to sell stock are Russian entities only. So Russian people, Russian corporations, and Russian investment funds. No shorting. No one can short anything. That's interesting. A free and open market we like to conduct over here with no foreigners, no shorting. Foreigners are not allowed in until April 1. April Fool's Day is when they're allowed in to start selling or buying or whatever. And interestingly enough, in the last 10 minutes of the market's day, a whole bunch of buying came in. The market was only open 4 hours, by the way. It was only open for, in the last half an hour, 20 minutes, a whole bunch of buying came in from a government-run, basically, pension fund that came in and bought up all kinds of stock, and the market was up 5% today. So everything is fine. Everything's fine. If you're here in Russia, the markets are higher because this military exercise we're conducting is going to plan. All is well. You can see the markets are higher. There's nothing to worry about. Your money is safe with everybody here. You're fine. The ruble's fine. Everything's great. You buy that? We're on the outside looking in going, this is a fantasy land. I cannot believe that there actually are citizens in Russia that are falling for this. And yet there are, because there are those out there that believe in conspiracy theories, even this ridiculous. And sound familiar? Anybody? Believers of the most ridiculous comments in the world? Yeah, they're everywhere, baby. They're everywhere. Anyway, there you go. Russia market is open now. A couple of Russia companies, excuse me, were supposed to make bond payments in the last couple of days. There are bonds outstanding that need interest, that have to have interest paid on them. And one of the large mining operations in Russia, I think it was a steel making company, if I recall, they needed to make a bond payment of 16 million American dollars or something like that. I don't know the number for sure. Uh, and they have the money. They have the bond money to pay the payment. The catch is that they have to send the payment to Citibank, because Citibank is the quarterback that put together this bond offering on behalf of this Russia company. And so Citibank collects the money from the company and then disperses the interest payments to all the bondholders. It's all done electronically. The problem is that the Russian company is sitting on the money that they need to make the payment. They can't send the money to Citi. Citi will not accept the cash because Citi is restricted and forbidden to deal with the SWIFT banking codes with these Russian organizations. And so it is illegal under US law for Citigroup to accept a payment from a debtor to make bond payments, even though the debtor has the money. And now the bond issuer, the corporation, is in default. And technically, the bond holders, if they so wanted to, could petition the courts to bankrupt the company, to put them in bankruptcy for failure to pay their debts. The Russian company is going, I got the money. I've sent the money. Your banker won't receive the money. They won't accept the money to give it to you guys. You have to talk to your banker about this problem. This isn't an our problem. This is a your problem. Why don't you talk to your governments about the fact that you can't receive payments from us who have the money to pay? There's round one in the continuing saga of sanctions and how this is going to go through going forward. All kinds of issues happening here. So there's that. In the meantime, Mr. Putin is saying to certain buyers of natural gas out there, if you want to buy our natural gas from us, you want to buy our oil, you have to pay us in rubles. Why would he do that? Because rubles are worthless. Why would he make people pay him in rubles? The reason is simple. If you receive gas, natural gas from Russia, you're getting $10 million a day of gas from Russia through that pipeline of yours. You got to give them $10 million. Well, it used to be $10 million in euros or British pound sterling or Swiss francs or whatever currency you want to play with, but not rubles. Now you must pay in rubles. If that is the case, the payer, the entity who's buying the gas, will go to their banker and say, I got to send Russia the equivalent of $10 million in rubles. The only way the bank can transfer rubles from the West to the central bank in Russia is if they have rubles. They can't send dollars instead. Well, if you can't send dollars, you need to send rubles. You need to buy rubles. So the banker in the West has to buy $10 million of rubles every day on the open international currency exchange markets. The problem is there are no rubles that you can buy on the open exchange market because those who have the rubles, which are the Russians and the Russian central bank, are not offering rubles at the discount that the Western world is putting on the rubles. In other words, the value of the ruble is going to go higher. And this is what Putin wants. Putin would like to have his rubles worth more money per US dollar, European currencies and so on, than it is now. One way to do that is to create an artificial demand for rubles from the outside. And so instead of Russians wanting rubles, you have the international community wanting rubles to pay in rubles. And so here goes this little game. The problem, of course, is that I don't know if you know this, but if you want to change the terms and conditions of a contract, like a natural gas contract, this adjustment in currency settlement means that the entire contract is open for renegotiation. And that completely changes the entire structure of the deal, which allows the Western countries to say, we only want 1/5 of the amount of gas that we've been buying. We want to change the deal because we're going to cut back on how much gas we buy from you guys. Right now, we're contracted to buy so much a day from you guys. We'll buy that. We'll pay you in dollars, pounds, euros, whatever, under the terms and conditions of the existing contract. But if you want to renegotiate the contract with something major like payment currencies, that changes all the fine print in the contract, changes everything. And so now that screws all that up. So around and around we go. There's step number 2 in what's going on with this very crazy world in which we live. So in the meantime, commodity prices stay high. Gas prices are higher, oil prices are higher, nickel prices are higher, wheat prices are higher, pork bellies are higher. Anything to do with the commodity is higher because there are disruptions in the natural resources market. Lumber, steel, coal, nickel, cadmium, gold, silver, copper, anything Russia is known for exports for is not available to the world market right now. And it's all screwed up because he can't pay for it. And so here we go with a real foul up. And so commodity prices are wacko right now and going all crazy all over the place. And we're in the middle of watching this happen all at the same time. So welcome to the modern day world of 2022. Unlike 1969, it's a lot different than it was in 69. Oh, by the way, back in 1969, 70, I remember through the 60s and 70s, about once a year, the Canadian government would announce through the Canadian Wheat Board, which was a crown entity that Canada had created. It represented Canada's farmers. So all the farmers in Canada would produce their products, wheat, corn, soy meal, whatever they produce. But Canada produces a lot of wheat. And wheat would then be sold by the farmers to the wheat pools of each territory in Canada, mainly most of the provinces in the West. Mainly Western Canada produced wheat. And the wheat would now be stored in grain elevators. And from grain elevators, they would be transferred into railroad grain cars. And the grain cars would head to Vancouver or to Thunder Bay in Lake Superior, where they would be offloaded onto ships. And then the ships would go offshore to deliver the wheat to the buyer. And Canada is a worldwide seller of wheat to the planet. But once a year, we would hear that a contract would be signed between the government of Canada, the Wheat Board of Canada, and the government of the Soviet Union, which represented Russia and all the satellite countries that they dominated around them. So that would be the Eastern European countries where the Berlin Wall separated everybody. Wheat from Canada would find its way to Russia, Soviet Union, and we in Canada would wonder, are we going to get paid for this stuff? Like, how are we being paid for this? What currency are we talking about here? These guys have this secretive society over there. All the press is covered by TASS, which is the official government news agency. The Canadian farmers are going, am I getting paid or am I not? I mean, is this wheat going to Russia and I'm never going to get paid? The government of Canada would say, we're guaranteeing you your money. Your wheat is being sold at so much a bushel, the world price, it's locked in. The Wheat Board of Canada will pay the wheat pools for all the grain they supply, and the wheat pools will pay you as farmers. Keep growing wheat, not to worry. You're always being paid for your wheat. So Canadian farmers had that reassurance that its government was backing it up. I got your back, and you're always getting currency, Canadian dollars, to pay your bills. You're fine. The government of Canada, of course, would now be making deals with the Soviet Union to work the deal. And the deal was usually done in US dollars. because the world price of corn is settled in Chicago on the futures exchange, which is where a lot of commodities prices are settled. And at that time, the world bushel price would be negotiated between Canada and Russia will say we will buy so many million bushels, billion bushels, from 3 months from now for the next 9 months or the next year. It'll be a 1 year contract, and Canada would deliver so many bushels a month to the Soviet Union at various locations. Shipping would be worked out, price would be figured out, and the dollars would change hands between governments. So the Russian government would transfer money to the Canadian government. And where would you do this? Switzerland. You do it in Switzerland. You go to the Swiss banks. The Russians would have bank accounts in Switzerland. The Canadian government has bank accounts in Switzerland. And the transfer of funds would be done there through a neutral country. All is well. And we are totally opposed to each other on a philosophy basis. We're totally opposite politically. We're totally opposite with PR and propaganda and ambitions. But business is business, and we make wheat and you need it. And the Canada did the same thing with China. For decades, Canada would sell wheat to China. And to this very day, the deals continue, quietly ongoing. America does it. Brazil does it. Argentina does it. Anyone that grows agricultural goods deals with customers of all stripes and philosophies. Business is business. It's just like The Godfather. It's not personal. It's just business. And you hold your enemies closer than your friends. And you keep a heartbeat on top of what's going on. And that's all it is. It's just business. So every U.S. farmer, every Canadian farmer, every other farmer around the world unknowingly produce, knowingly or unknowingly, produce the finest products mankind has engineered to be produced. The finest quality wheat, oats, barley, soybeans, corn, anything. And whether it's subsidized by government funding or not is irrelevant. The ground produces the crop and the farmer harvests the crop. And whether they know it or not, or like it or not, at the end of the day, every single farmer around the world can thank their lucky stars that their governments deal with other governments to settle trades on these commodities globally. And in reality, this should be enough to keep the world peace. There shouldn't be any reason for mankind to fight mankind over real estate. It wasn't like the Ukrainians weren't selling wheat to the Russians. They were. The Russians were selling natural gas to the Ukrainians. The deals were there. But for whatever reason, at this point in time, Russia's decided that they want the real estate of the Ukrainian country. And 40 million people to be Russianized unwillingly. What? This is 2022. And sometimes the gun barrel is what you use to get your way rather than the checkbook. It is the most disappointing thing to see. And mankind continues to make the same mistakes again and again and again and again. The pen is mightier than the sword. The hungry belly is a big motivator to make things happen. But sometimes you get the kooks who never leave. They become leaders and they never leave, ever. Who then get crazier and crazier and crazier. And who knows? They start doing stupid things. And here we are. Welcome to the world in 2022. 133.76 on Gamestop. Here we are. We're up 119 on the Dow right now. We've backed off a little bit here in the last 10 minutes. We're up 21 on S&P. Nasdaq's up 81 points. We're up 0.34 of 1% on the Dow and 0.57 on Nasdaq right now. We're not going anywhere. We're just here. Crude down 90 cents a barrel to 114.03 at the moment. And that is where we are at this point in time. We're opening in 5 minutes. We're going to see how the markets want to start for us and how they're going to perform. I'm hopeful that many of you are going to make a lot of money today. We're going to see how things look on the GameStop front with regards to the possibility of rollovers as we get ready for tomorrow, Friday. Tomorrow, Friday, will be rollover day, if not already today. We're going to keep an eye on all of that, obviously, and we'll see how these things are going to go. A headline: U.S. sanctions Russian defense companies. Duma members. Bank CEO. Best New Ideas podcast. What's the point of NFTs? Do they have an actual use? There's all kinds of questions and wonderment out there. Headlines everywhere. 134 right now on GameStop, down $7 on 198,000 volume. That is telling right there. We were doing over a million yesterday. There was 1.1 million yesterday. We're at 198,000. That's 1/5, less than 1/5 of the volume that we had yesterday. We traded 25 million shares yesterday. This is telling me 5 million shares today of trading, 1/5. Even if it's 10 million shares, we're not going to be at 134. There's no way. We'll see how this plays out. I don't know. We'll see. A lot to watch for. On other stocks, as we're coming in now to the final 3 minutes before we start trading, I'm showing Rocket Lab up 8 cents. I've got SoFi up 9. I have 134 on GameStop, $20.38 on AMC, down 36 cents. Matterport up 12 cents to 8.31. We have 23andMe up a nickel to 3.79. We're up a nickel on Spire at 2.12 a share. No changes on ATIP. We closed at 176 last night. SmartRent is up 16 cents to 6.59. Cyxtera looks like it's up 35 to 11.94. Apple is up $1.09 to 171.30. Goldman up $2.03 to 337.65. Cisco up only 2 cents to 54.50. Tesla up $13 to 1,012. ARK up 92 cents at 66.59. Microsoft up 90 cents at $300.39. Bed Bath Beyond up 5 cents now only at 22.07. And Pfizer up 23 cents to 52.42. It is a tentative open, more or less. On the big boards, the markets, like I said, 1/3 of a point to a 1/2 a point higher. Not great. We're going to find out just where we are at here in just a mere couple of minutes. We are now less than 2 minutes away from opening the day up here to see what we've got in store. These gains that I'm looking at, these pre-market gains, do not look to me like they've got a lot of power behind them. And we may be into the red very quickly if there isn't a huge buy wave of interest. And I'm not sure if there is at this point. Might be some waiting and seeing going on. Waiting and seeing. 133.42 on GameStop, down 7.58 going into the last minute now of the pre-market. So we're getting ready now for opening. We'll see what the market wants to open at and where we're really going to trade at. The last trade on GameStop was $141 at the bell last night, 141. AMC was at 2074 last night. The Dow lost 448.9 points yesterday afternoon. So we were down almost 450 yesterday. And we'll see how the markets want to react with an opening this morning. And there you have it, guys and girls. Welcome all to the channel and to the adventures of the markets as we get ready now, Thursday, March 24th, for live trading to begin. And we are going to be underway in just a second or two. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for all of you who are throwing thumbs ups our way. We're already at 195. Thank you, Jennifer, for your contribution, helping this channel gain momentum out there. Thank you for these thumbs ups, guys. You guys are great. It really makes a difference if you can throw those our way. Not Larry Titus has said, the bells are ringing and we're up and going. Larry is in, the real Larry Titus is in a courtroom somewhere. He's doing, what is he, he's in a grand jury or something like that. Poor guy. I sure hope he gets out of there soon. Thank you, not Larry Titus, for ringing the bell. We're up and running. We're open. We're beginning to trade, and we're going to see how these markets react overall. I show GameStop right at the moment, 134, down $7. First trade. I'm showing a volume of 361,000 as an opening trade on GameStop at 134 to 135 a share. AMC, $20.05 is the initial indication here, down 69 cents on 2.4 million. There was a wall of selling waiting to go through there. And now we see if there's a need for people to want to buy these shares at these lower prices, or are the buyers going to back up and go, wait a minute, we're backing off. Why am I hurrying here? There may not be a need to rush into this. We're up and going. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Olivia. Flint Creek Soap Company, Credit Savage. Duncan is here. Dana is here. I'm appreciating that you're here. She's saying that I'm not sure if it's already been mentioned, but there's an article on Cohen this AM, and I love the fact that he hasn't sold a single share of stock, not even when it went up 200%. Exactly. The guy has got a long-term plan. I just wish we knew what it was. That would be handy if we could get that. Duncan saying, good morning, everybody. Gamblers out there, here we go. We're up 101 on the Dow at this point. Rocket Lab is showing down 11 cents to 865. It was showing up all morning. SoFi is up 7 to 944. Not so much happening yet. Excuse me. GameStop, 135.49 now, down 551. The high is 136, the low 132.97, 475,000. We're still trying to figure out where this stock is headed and how it's going to settle in. AMC is 1992 right now, down 82 cents. We've got Matterport up 3 cents to 822. ME at 375, up a penny. Spire is up 2 cents to 209. ATIP is at 176, down 4. Smart Rent down 3 cents to 640. Sextero 1166, unchanged. Pfizer up 33 cents to 52.52. Early morning indications at the moment are coming through. Everything else is up or down less than $1. There's not a lot happening right now. Amazon down 21, Tesla up 16, Google up 13.94. Waiting for the markets to settle in and give us a direction. The Dow now only up 58. We're backing up on the Dow. We're backing up on S&P. We're only up 1/5 of a percentage point on the Dow. We're up 0.46 of a percentage point on NASDAQ, up 64 points. Rocket Lab's coming back. We're only down 1-2 pennies to 874, 875. SoFi holding a nickel gain right now. GameStop 136.60. AMC 20.03. Matterport down 2. ME down a penny. Volume on GameStop at 136.57, near its high of the day. 613,000 this morning. This is a far cry from yesterday's probably 2 million share opening in the first 5 minutes. We are way down on GameStop at this point. We're at like a third of the volume. 135.45 at the moment on GameStop. AMC, $20.07. The volume, 3.7 million. We did 170 million yesterday. This stock will need to do 20 million to 25 million in the first hour to match that. I don't see that happening here. It doesn't look like that kind of volume is happening. 1997 on AMC, 136.01, 136.06 on GameStop. Early morning indications so far. Down on both of those. Up only 37 points on the Dow at the moment. It is falling. We'll see if this continues. We're now, 4 minutes into the opening. We're up 32 on the Dow. We were up in the pre-market an hour and a half ago, 200 plus points. And now we're up 32 on the actual exchange itself. 12-point gain on the S&P, 57 on the Dow, on the NASDAQ, and it's now 51 on the NASDAQ. Oil down 67 cents, 114.26. So we're watching that as we always do. 134 to 136 on GameStop. We're showing 134.04 now. $2 swings here. $2 swings are happening here. 134.04 is now the last trade I think I see. I think it's accurate. And 1992 on AMC down 80 something cents, 82 cents. 1986 down 88 cents on AMC. It's backing up. We're positive on SoFi by a penny. We're unchanged on Rocket Lab. We're up 3 on Matterport. We're down 2 cents on ME. So we got a mixed bag going here. The GameStop here, 134.26. 134.26 down 674. Volume now on GameStop is 753. 753,000 down 134.34. AMC 1989 down 85 cents on 4.6 million. So these sell waves are coming in here on these stocks, and they're backing off. GameStop just dropped again, 132.58 down 840. So we're getting another wave of selling now, 6 minutes into the market. Buyers are retreating as sellers are coming after them, I guess. I figured that without volume, GameStop will drop off. It was 151 for the high yesterday, just a few pennies short of 151. We're now down. We're down to 131.17. So this is almost $20 lower than the high trade yesterday. $20 a share lower from about noon Eastern time to now on GameStop. Now down 988 at this moment in time at 31.12. This is the new low of the day. $31 is the low trade of the day so far, and we're at 31.12, 31.07. 1967 on AMC, the low of 1954. We're right here at this level. 5 million volume here. Definitely a sell wave coming in on AMC, down quite substantially. The GameStop right now, 130.27. This is new low territory. The low of the day now, 129.85 on GameStop. We've already hit the 130 level and broken it. This is just an echo trade at 130.30. We'll see how much lower this goes in its first 10 minutes. We're down 9.92. So for you folks out there who are option writers, you're looking at a rollover scenario. You've already seen now a $20 drop in the price of the stock from yesterday's high to where we are now. So every one of your contracts is at least $20 less valuable already. We haven't even started yet. This grind now will continue as we go forward. Will buyers actually try to hold 130 on GameStop, or will they retreat back to the 125, 120 level as the sellers get frustrated, can't get the liquidity they thought they could get? Or there were maybe sellers out there yesterday afternoon watching the stock hit 151 thinking, oh, this goes to 155, 160. I'm going to cash in and sell some stock. I just bought some last week at 90. All of a sudden, that dream of 160 is out the window. We're at 131 right now. And there are people probably wondering, should I try to get out 135 or 140 or what? And now we're 130.82. People aren't waiting. There are people getting out, not waiting at all. They're just running for the exits. 130.29, 130.82, 131. We're just all over the place. 1958 on AMC, dropping again. Its low of 1937 now has been hit. It's at 1958. GameStop's low of the day, 129.85. 1.1 million traded now on GameStop. And it's not because there's a whole bunch of buyers dying to get in. It's a bunch of sellers dying to get out. And of course, there's a lot of turnover going on as usual. All right. Let's see. The Dow now up 12 points. Only 12-point gain on the Dow. We are backing off yet again. S&P up 13, NASDAQ up 54. The Dow is barely up on the day at this point in time. Arms crossed, Coyote. You got it. That's the deal. Just cross your arms and let the stock settle out. It's going lower, I think. See what happens. Never a dull moment over here. Thank you, everybody, for being here this morning. Good to see you. The Dow up now 8.5. It's now negative. The Dow has gone red. We're in the red on the Dow. S&P is still up 12. NASDAQ is up 55, hanging in there. Now it's only up 49. NASDAQ is also backing off here. We're, again, positive on the Dow, but we've touched the red, and we might hit it yet again. Rocket Lab is down 9. SoFi is down a penny. GameStop 131, 130.60, 130.60 now on GameStop. The low of the day 129.85. AMC 1982, Matterport 814 down a nickel, ME down a dime. Spire unchanged, ATIP down 2 cents, Smart Rent down 4, Cyxtera up 6 cents. Pfizer up 32 at 52.50. The high was 52.70. It's now backing off a little bit at this point. Robinhood up down 9 cents. Vanik up 2.99. Home Depot down another $1.76. Had a bad day yesterday. IBM down 28 cents. Microsoft up only 7 cents. We're not doing great. Apple up 208 to 172.29. This it might be a dead cat bounce. We'll see. 172.35 for the high, 7 million traded. I don't know. If the Dow backs off, Apple could back off too. Goldman down a quarter, Cisco down 54, Facebook up 380, Amazon down $18, Tesla's up 19, Google's up 17. Bed Bath Beyond down 47 cents. No help there. BlackBerry down 2. Royal Caribbean up a dime, 75.56. JP Morgan down 36 cents. Costco up 48 cents. Walmart up 41. Nvidia up 8.28. American Airlines down 2 pennies. Moderna up $1.71 with all kinds of good news, and it's not moving the stock. It's amazing. We're up 40 points now on the Dow. A little recovery bounce here. We'll see how deep this goes. GameStop 132.05 down 8.95. AMC at 19.80 down 94 cents. Volume on GameStop 1.3 million down $8 to 132 now 86. And there you have it. This is the opening few minutes, 12 minutes in, and 126.90 is the SSR for GameStop. Let's see if we get there is the question. It's still a few dollars to go. And we are definitely going. Which arm cross method are we all using? Are we using this one or this one? Are we using this one, or are we crossing it like that? How are we crossing our arms this morning? Nicholas wants to know. SoFi is popping. Oh, we're up 13. We'll take it. We'll take a SoFi shot. GameStop now just dropped $2, 130.50. Just took a hit on GameStop. 129.53 new low on GameStop. Just took another hit lower. 128.71. Now we're at 128.71. We're going lower again on GameStop, down $12 now. AMC 19.44, down $1.30. That is pushing its low of the day around as well. 8.3 million on AMC. GameStop 128.23 on 1.5 million in 13 minutes, getting hit with more selling. That is what's happening now on GameStop. 151 was the high. We're at 128.24 right now. $23 drop from yesterday. 127.70 on GameStop now. 127.70, another new low. 127.36, 127.50, 127.50 new low today on GameStop. Okay. Should we tuck in our hands, or are we grabbing our biceps? I mean, are we doing this? Are we just putting them underneath here, kind of hugging ourselves? Well, how do we cross our arms this morning, Bruce, as we watch this market back off? What do you think? Down go these contracts. The value of these call contracts are dropping dramatically and quickly. There you have it. Let's see. Cred Savage. Ooh, a nice red day today and tomorrow would mean GameStop may see 110 before next week. Come on, baby. Want to buy back my $24 contract for $2. Then GameStop can go back up. Care Bear. Rob, right arm over left for me. To repairman, I'm doing the unconventional arms behind the head routine. SoFi cheap prices are lows are rising. SoFi 9.49 up 12. GameStop 128.35. SSR on GameStop in a minute. We hit it. Behind the back, arms crossed. That's how crossed they are, says Bobby. Nicholas is laughing. I want to congratulate any of you simpletons whom sold GameStop anywhere between 145 and 151. Those covered calls will be $4 to $5 grand lower by next week. Lucky people. Way to go. Rob, still have my $6 stink bid on my GameStop. April 8th, 105s. I sold for $11.95. Come back to Papa here, baby. Let's go. Those 105s were $46 in the money yesterday afternoon. Now they're in the money $14 and falling fast. Very interesting. 128.10 shows last trade. The low of the day, 127.50 on Gamestop. Volume now 1.7 million, and we're at 128.10 at the moment. 1936 on AMC, the low 1925 on 9.3 million shares. We'll watch these fluctuations and see how it goes. The stock started with a little pop, then an immediate drop, a little run up, and another drop, and now a little tiny run up. And we're watching closely to see what it's going to do next. The Dow up 42 points, slumping again. S&P up 16, NASDAQ up 54. We are not running away on these markets. They are not taking off. We're still going through some more selling from yesterday's 450-point day lower on the Dow. We're only up 49 this morning. This is a dead cat opening. We'll see what happens. Rocket Lab is down 13. SoFi is up 8 cents. 128.84 on GameStop. Looks like it's trading around 128 to 129. 1948 on AMC. Matterport unchanged. ME down 9. Spire up 4 to 211. ATIP down 2 cents to 174. SmartRent down 17. And Cyxtera is up 20 cents to 11.86. Pfizer 52.54 after being as high as 52.70. It is now up at 52.57, up 38 on the day, 38 cents. A little tentative start on Pfizer. We'll watch that, of course. The Dow right now up 72, and GameStop at 129.95, trying to get back to 130 after dropping it to 127.50. Just hit 130.06. AMC stock 1964. SoFi 940 up 3. Rocket Lab down 13. Matterport up a penny. ME down 9.5. There we are. QQQs hit the 52-week high. Interesting. Credit Savage drop. You are being too positive. This is Credit Savage. My rancid pewtery stink bid is $2 for a $90 covered call expiring 4/22. Hey, why be sane when you can hope for insanity? There you go. Why not a $30 drop in 5 minutes to 100 a share? Why not? Rob, credit coach, that is very rancid. I got some alerts for the price drop, so I may move my stink bid if it starts dropping faster past 120. Right on. We never know. We never know how these markets go. As I said, on the way up, you had a vacuum of selling. Once we broke the 120.25 level, there were no sell orders to be found anywhere because no one in their right mind was thinking the stock would trade to 130.35, 140, 145. And it did. On the way down, you could find that there may not be any buy orders below 120, 115 for today because no one in their right mind thought it would go from 150 down to 110 on the rebound on the other side. No one would think that. Right now, we're at 130.35. Who knows? These markets work in mysterious ways. Rob, I could buy back my covered call for $15 profit. Then the price will crash and I'll be stuck to roll over. There you go. Let's see here. Austin, this guy in the office won't replace the toilet paper when it is gone. How do you have a discussion with an adult male about being responsible human being? Good luck. Work from home. That's your answer. Just work from home. Avoid these people. 130.50 on GameStop, 130.39, 1958 on AMC. We're up 85 points on the Dow right now. Up 18 on the S&P. We're up only 48 points on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is only up 1.34 of a percentage point. S&P is the leader right now at 0.39. The Dow is only up a quarter of a point right at the moment. 1/4 of a percentage point. Rob, call his mother. That's how you take care of this guy. H. Gregory, I'm just getting here. Why is GameStop and AMC falling? Just a volume thing? H. Gregory, how do you get by without being here all morning long? I'm working here for an hour now. What, you sleep in? What's going on, man? Nice to see you. We have more sellers than buyers right now. GameStop just dropped another $2. 128.50 just got hit here again. More sellers than buyers, and they're getting out. I think she is the problem, Rob, as Austin is thinking. Maybe mom is the problem with that boy not replacing the toilet paper. 128.23, the low of the day, 127.50. We just touched 127.60. We just saw it, 127.98 right now. The low of the day, 127.50. We're 48 cents away from the low. Now dropping to 127.73. We're 23 cents away from a new low of the day on Gamestop. 127.89 to 96, right around this level, just above the low of the day, down $13 a share to open the morning. We're 21 minutes in, and we're at 127.96, 128.52. We are pushing lows. We're pushing lower lows here. 1941 on AMC, down 133 a share. This stock was 22 something yesterday. It is off substantially. Getting interesting, as it always is. I had margaritas last night, just waking up, Uncle B. Oh no, H. Gregory. Rob, start cleaning yourself with this with his belongings then. So my GameStop assignment has deprived me of the only income I was getting writing covered calls. Well, Silka, the shares are coming back to you. You're going to buy them back. It's just a matter of the stock backing off enough, and you'll continue on. That's how you're going to do it. Right now, shares are 128.44, less than a dollar away from the less than a dollar away from the lows of the day. So we'll watch for that. Nazareth heading down to 126.90, which watch that level for SSR, says Nazareth. 126.90 is SSR. That's a 10% drop in a day, restricting short selling on GameStop. You got to wonder how much short selling is coming in right now on this stock since it hit 151 yesterday. You got to imagine there's a ton coming in. I'm a little groggy this morning, says H. Gregory. Rob, on the plus side, you have a bunch of cash now, and you can wait for the price drops again and buy the stock again. So just sit tight, my friend, as if you have written a long call. You've written a call option. You're sitting down with cash to buy back your stock. Wait for it to come to you. Beachboro, Uncle Bruce, is it time for a stink bid on the April 190s? Any ideas? No, nothing. Absolutely nothing, my friend. Just sit back and wait. Dana, waiting for Ryan Cohen to save me this morning. Rob, to use that cash to sell a cash secured put to buy back in at a price you want, you might want to do that. You can always write a cash secured put, perhaps a 110, where you're willing to pay 110 for the stock, get a premium for it, or maybe you're willing to write a 100 to be willing to buy the stock at 100 a share for 2 or 3 months. You could get a premium for that. You need 10 grand to do it. It's a question of what kind of put would you write and what kind of premium you'd like to take. That's another thought right there. Obviously, the lower the price, you might get let me keep an eye on everything here. Lower will be a lower premium. But let's take a look here. If you were to write, let's say, an April put, let me take a look at this. If I can get this to work. I got my iPad playing games with me right now. Don't mind me. We're at 129 on GameStop right now, low of 127.05. We had just hit a new low a little while ago. Let's see. Yes, April puts. Okay, let me take a look here. If you write a 125 April put, you'll be paid about $8 something a contract, maybe $8.50. If you go further out, say towards the end of the month here, let's move further into the latter part of April, please. April 20 something. You could write a 125 April put and get paid about $14, $15. That would commit you to pay 110. If you wrote a 110, you'd receive about 825. If you were to write an April 29th put, April 29, 110, you would receive about $10, close to $10, which means you're committing to pay 100 on the stock. As long as it stays over 100, the contract is worthless at the end of its run, and that's money to you. Stock goes higher from here, you keep the entire $1,000 gain add it to your cash balance. You want to go to May, write a put into May. Let's see here. A 120 will bring you about $18. A 110 can bring you around $12.50, $13. A 100 will bring you about $9 a contract, where you're committing to pay 91 for the stock, just so you know. So put contracts, cash kid puts are a way to look at it as well. Right now the stock's at 130.56, as we are jumping about quite a bit here. The Dow's up 124 right now, trying to mount a rally. We're up 22 on the S&P, 66 on NASDAQ. This is not a strong rally at this point. It looks good, but it isn't strong. We'll see if it has much in the way of power behind it. Robert, thank you for the thumbs up today, 226. Appreciate the 226 thumbs up. Aurora, hi, Uncle Bruce. $95 GameStop cover call expiring tomorrow. Got it signed. My plan is to sit tight and buy back my shares. Yep, that is a good plan to do. I don't mind that at all. And watch this stock, and as it backs off, it'll come to you, and you'll decide when to buy them back. Exactly. Yeah, Rob, I have a cash account. I think I need a margin account to do that. Easily done, depending on your firm. Let's see. Yeah, Rob, check with your broker, see if you can switch it. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Bruce, I'll look into that. You got it, buddy. Can be done. Any of you who have been assigned on your shares, you can wait to buy them back, or you can turn around and write a cash secured put. You pick the price you're willing to pay for the stock. You'll be paid a premium up front in cash for your efforts. You can do whatever you want with that cash and sit on it as dry powder. Use it to buy stock itself when it backs off enough for you, or just wait. And if the puts drop in price as the shares hold their own, thank you very much. You'll buy them back for a much lower price. At the moment, GameStop 129.70 is where we're at this second. The low of the day, 127.05. That has been the low of the day today. We're off 11.30 right now at 129.70. And another $10 drop is certainly doable. We'll see how it goes. AMC at 19.54, down $1.20. AMC's volume now is 13.5 million, not very good. AMC's volume 2.4 million, definitely less than yesterday at this point in time. 130.15. If GameStop volume does not match yesterday's volume, we're going lower. And if we don't match the day before yesterday, we're really going lower. We'll watch for that. Let's see. Tip, am I the only one that wants GameStop to go up? I got 25 shares. I can't write anything. Eventually it may well go to 200 a share, but we may have a $100 print first before we see that. We'll see what's going out of here. Let's see here. Thank you, everybody, for popping in and saying hi to me. Thank you for these thumbs ups already. Appreciate this. We're up 130 on the Dow. Make that 127 right now. 18-point gain on S&P. We're not moving here. And NASDAQ only up 35. It is not participating and or leading the charge at this point in time. Not yet. We'll see if it does anything or not. The Fed, Evans, one of the governors, sees 6 more 25-cent basis points rate hikes this year, 1.5% higher to get to 175. That seems to be consensus all over the place, just around 2%. Okay. Rob, Tiff, that means you want it to go down so you can buy more to get to 100, by the way. There you have it. Okay. We've got GameStop at 129.27, a little over $2 away from the low of the day, 129.07. Now we're jumping about. We're still dropping off. 128.73. We're coming back down again on GameStop. AMC at 19.57, down 117 as well. We're watching this closely, of course. The Dow is now only up 116. It's just backed off about 10, 12 points. Up 116 on the Dow Jones. 0.35 of 1% is what we have for a gain at the moment. All right. Adventures with Duncan. I think traders are selling in dollars, not shares, taking from GameStop. Tiff, Rob, no, because I don't have the funds to do that anytime soon, and the little I have spare every month goes into the former SPACs. Right on, my friend. 118 gain on the Dow, 128.56 on GameStop. Right now, we're $1.52 away from the low of the day, so we're towards very close towards the low of the day here at 128 ish, 129 ish right now. All right, ME down 14 at 360, Spire unchanged at 207, ATIP down 2 cents to 173, Smart Rent down 9, Sextera up 18 cents, Pfizer up 39 cents to 52.58 right now. All right, folks, there we are. That's where we're at right now. We'll keep an eye on this. Dr. G, my 11 of my 95s got assigned as well. All right, so we are now more of us on the sidelines watching the stock. The closer it comes to us, we'll look to buy them back and we'll write again. That's how we'll play it. The other way to play GameStop is if it backs off enough, you might buy deep in the money calls. You might buy 70s. You might buy 65s. If you can get them cheap enough at book value down the road enough, you'll write calls against those. Now, some of you might possibly be able to get 2 in the money calls for every 100 shares you had assigned, allowing you now to write 2 contracts against GameStop instead of 1 against GameStop. That would be another way to raise your revenue growth from your investment in GameStop. All right, if the shares go up, your call that you bought will go up to negate whatever you're losing on a call if you get caught again. But if you're writing out of the money calls, bringing in income, and you have an in the money call as your backup, like I said, you may be able to improve your leverage from 100 shares to 2 contracts, from 300 shares to 6 contracts, from 500 shares to 1,000, like to 10 contracts, allowing you to write 10 calls at a time. It could make quite the difference to your cash flow. Even if GameStop were to drop to $50, I would need 375 to get to 100, and I need 4 months of savings to get there. So, Tiff, you might be a buyer of a call option to write against them. You might be a poor man covered call writer. Just keep an eye on this market. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly, Tiff. Don't want to sell my other stocks at this moment. Totally understand. We'll just wait this out. GameStop 130.25, 1972 on AMC. The Dow up 183, S&P up 27, Nasdaq up 70 at the moment. So a little movement up on the market. The Dow's getting a little bit of buying support here, up 0.5 percentage point. Nasdaq also up just 0.5 percentage point. S&P up 0.62. All right, there you go. We're down 10.51 on GameStop at 130.49 right now. Ooh, lots going on, guys. Lots, as always, going on with this market. All right. Let's go. I can't do that. I don't want to open up a March account right now. Gotcha. Good morning, everybody from the Doubting Philosopher. Good morning, and welcome to the show. As we are now about 34 minutes into the market with the Dow up 179, GameStop at 131.18 at the moment, and AMC at 1976. Watching to see where these markets are going to go. How much of that 450 point loss we had on the Dow yesterday are we getting back today? That is a question we're watching. The Dow right now up 170. It was up 180-ish. Now it's up 170. We've had a few buy waves come in to move the market higher. How much momentum is there in the market? That is the question. Oh, hey, my Matterport is green, says Mikey. Up 18. Yes, and SoFi is green at 942. Surely did I see SoFi take a run at $10, don't you think? We're down 4 on Rocket Lab. That's better. 130.76, 130.90 on GameStop. ME down 11, Spire down 0.5 penny, ATIP down 2 cents, Smart Rent down 13. Cyxtera up 24 cents. Pfizer up 44 cents right now. That's where we're at right here. Okay. 183 gain on the Dow. Another little pop up here coming in. All right. Dave the Mac guy, Tiff, I'm in a similar boat. I can't do naked, can't do cash secured put. So I'm limited to buying and holding until I get to 100 to write covered calls, at least until I max my tax targeted, tax advantaged accounts. Tiff, German brokers are more restrictive. I needed months to find one who offered option trading in the US and let me open an account. Wavy gravy, Tiff, I understand. I worked up to 100 shares by writing calls on our Uncle Bruce SPACs. Tiff, I can do cash secured puts. Kevin is everyone getting assigned. I rolled my 100s into 115s for June. Not sure about that, but I won't get assigned now, and I can try to roll down if it backs off. Just no premiums for a while. That's true. You've bumped up to 115 as well from 100. That's a $1,500 increase. At the moment, you're 15 in the money as opposed to 30 in the money, so you're okay there. Gordon Savage, Tiff, why not sell your GameStop shares at 130 to 150, then wait for the dip, which is sure to follow? We use that same money to buy back more shares of GameStop at a cheaper price, sell at 130, buy at 100. Could do that. Wavy gravy, I'm on it. And Rob, slow and steady wins the race, Tiff, says Rob. There you go. Lots of strategies to talk about on all of these things. 129.73 on GameStop. We're back under 130 again. 175 point gain on the Dow. Rocket Lab down 3, SoFi up 9, Matterport up 15. So a little better, a little worse. Here we go. 169 gain on the Dow, a little pullback. GameStop 129.21. Just came off a little bit here. Okay. Tiff, credit Savage. I have been thinking about that, but it's a bit gambly. And Rob, this is a casino, sir. This is a casino. That's true. As I said, again, if the shares of GameStop back off to 120, 115, 110, and some of you that were assigned at 90 or 95 or whatever, you're sitting on a bunch of cash right now. Consider shopping for a deep in the money call. That is good till next year. Buy a January 60 or a January 70 or something like that, or January 75. I'd stay down in the 60 range though. I'd want to be well in the money. But it's not as expensive as buying the stock at 110. So instead of paying 11 grand to buy the stock, pay 5 or 5.5 grand to buy a call option. Buy 2 if you can with the premiums and revenues you got. Now you're writing 2 poor man covered calls. You're writing 2 call contracts against your GameStop instead of 1 when you used to own 100 shares. You write 2 calls, bring in $5 each. There's $1,000. A week or 2 later, you do it again. You do it. A few weeks down the road, no matter where the shares are at, you may find yourself in a position where you have enough cash and the value of those calls that you bought. Sell off all your contracts, buy back what you wrote, sell off what you got, turn everything into cash, and now you can buy back your 100 shares if that's what you ultimately want to do, is have 100. On the other hand, you might get so comfortable holding call options on GameStop rather than stock, you're leveraging up to 2 contracts at a time, perhaps going up to 3 contracts at a time, because every time you put together another 4 or 5 or 6 grand, you can write another contract. Another strategy is you buy a deep in the money call at, say, 60, and it runs you $5,500, let's suppose. I'm just using numbers. You write a call against it, and you build up now, say, another $3,000-4,000 in cash. You now buy a second call that is now only $30 in the money. You have one that's 60 in the money. You've got one at 30 in the money, and you're now writing 2 options. And you're raising another $3,000. You're now buying a third contract, a second one that's 30 in the money, and now you're writing 3 contracts at a time. As you build up the cash, you'll find that you're going to take your $30 in the money contracts, sell them, and replace them with another $60 in the money contract to build that base, and then keep working on the short-term base. And you're leveraging up, and writing 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 contracts at a time, writing going forward. You can also think of that strategy as well. GameStop 129.85 right now, down $11 a share. Let's see. Slow and steady. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Also thought about selling my GameStop and buying SPACs instead for the covered call premium. And okay, where are we at? Let's see. Talking about different platforms. Welcome, Splayer, to the show. Credit says, Tiff, I did what Uncle Bruce suggested, which was sell covered call leaps on SoFi and Matterport to get $2 to $3 a share, and I used that money to sell a cash secured put on GameStop. I made 900 and like that, and then bought GameStop, sold a covered call right away. And then let's go. What else is going on? Credit Savage. With that money, I have now started to chip away and started to buy back my leaps one at a time when they're in the red, so as to make a profit and not lose money. Leverage my own stock for a loan. That's true. Can be done and has been done. Good strategies here. 169 gain on the Dow right now. Rocket Lab down 17. SoFi just went negative, down 9. GameStop 129.74. AMC 1937. Matterport unchanged. ME down 13. We just went red here on some of our favorites. Watching this market closely. Spire down 0.6 of a penny. ATIP down 2. Smart Rent down 19 cents. Cyxtera up 30. Pfizer up 49 cents. The Dow up 169 right now. Oil down 218, 112, 70, 112.82 on oil, down $2. Very good. Good morning, everybody, to the show. Welcome all to this show as we are following these markets, as we are working through the backing off of value here on GameStop and AMC. We're watching this closely. Those of you who wrote calls in the last day or so at the 130, 135, 140, 145 level, you're a lot happier today. Those of you who've written calls between 100 and 120, you are getting a lot closer to where you were, of course, because we're down to 130.50 a share. Those of you who've written calls at the 80, 90, 100 range, some of you might be assigned this morning, some of you might not. We're watching for rollovers, watching the shares trade and see how much lower they're going to go. We're at 130.50 on GameStop on 2.89 million. We are way down on volume here, hence why the stock is off. We got 17.8 million traded on AMC, down 127 to 1947 right now. That's where we're at the moment. The Dow just jumped. We're up 192. It might be in reaction to oil, down to 112.87, down $2 a barrel. That's a good thing. Lower oil prices. We'll watch that. We'll see how much more momentum we get on a lower oil price. All right. Splayer is saying, has anyone got a quick $1 million to get SoFi from dropping? Can it pop it in there? Get it to go up. 928 on SoFi, down 9 at the moment. That's where we're at right here. GameStop 128.40. We just dropped about $1.50 here while I was talking. A 128.40. The low of the day 127.05. I see 128.11 now on GameStop. 127.40. 35 cents away from the low of the day. GameStop is running into a wall of selling here. It's coming in again. Okay. Watching GameStop jump around like crazy. 128.20, 128.50. Low of the day, 127.04. We almost hit that again just on a little sell wave here. We might be in the middle of another one right now. 128.48. AMC at 1931, the low of the day on AMC, 1911. That was set about 30 minutes ago, and we're now at 1931, down 143 on 18 million. We got selling coming in on both at the moment again. 182 gain on the Dow, 25 points roughly on S&P, and 44 on NASDAQ. Trying to hang in there. But I'll tell you, NASDAQ's only up 1/3 of a percentage point. The Dow's up only 0.55 of a point. We don't have a massive snapback rally here from yesterday's drop-off of 450 points on the Dow. Not showing yet. Watching that market. 128.26 on GameStop. AMC 1943. All right. Interesting. Let's see here. Jason, good news. My stink bid at 931 hit on SoFi. We're at now 926. Stink bids there. 921 stink bids. 916, 911, 905, and 901 stink bids on SoFi. Get them in there. You might get lucky. Nick, thank you for this donation. What's going on with 23 and me? 359 last trade, down 15 cents. 570,000. I got to tell you, Nick, this stock. Just never ceases to amaze me. It tries to get back to 4, can't do it, backs off. Then it tries again to go back to 4, can't do it, backs off. I keep wondering, when is the breakout coming? When will this sucker get to the 455 range and beyond? I shake my head at it. The names involved with this company are stellar. The backing behind this company is unbelievable. The stock is 359. It's just a mind blower, absolute mind blower that it is as cheap as it is. I just can't. It's a deal. It's a steal. It's a bargain. They've got deals with Glaxo, SmithKline. When this goes, it will go. But boy, I can't. I wish I could tell you the minute it'll happen. I tell you, it's driving me crazy. Chris Evers, remember, tomorrow's Friday, folks. Most Fridays are sell-offs. That's it. We'll see what's going on. 127.74. We're backing off again on GameStop. 127.32. We're about to hit another low of the day at this pace if it keeps coming in. 127.11. We're backing off. We're almost at the low of the day on GameStop, which is 127.04. We're right at the line on the low of the day on GameStop. The low of the day on AMC was 19.05. We just hit it. New low on AMC. We may see a new low on GameStop here. 127.04 was the low of the day, and it's still holding that line at 127.50 right now. I don't know how much strength is in there. There's selling coming in again on GameStop. ME is being targeted, thinks Duncan. Well, we'll see if that's true. Silka, due to their fluctuations, and what other stocks are as good? GameStop for writing covered calls. I'm going to wait 30 days before buying back into GameStop. I have to think about that, Silka. Everything is relative. A $127 stock versus a $65 stock. You got to do that. Keep an eye on things. Munamo purchased another 145 shares of ATIP. I now have 1,000 shares. My average, 251. Beautifully done. Come on, GameStop. Dip, baby. 127.40. 127.40. 127.34 on GameStop. New low, 126.79. We just destroyed 127. Hot knife through soft butter. We're under 127 and falling. Again, 126.78 new low is the new low of the day now on GameStop. 149 gain on the down. We're backing off there. We're negative on NASDAQ. We have gone red on NASDAQ. We did not have it leading today. Now it's leading the down dip. The Dow is only up 154. It was up 185. The NASDAQ has gone red. This should be interesting. 126.83 on GameStop. The low of the day now, 126.76. And we're right at this level here within 20 cents of the low of the day. Let's see here. Oh, come on, SoFi, says Credit Savage. Daddy's stink bid is at 851. Just waiting for you, my precious. 917 on SoFi, down 20. We're down 24 on Rocket Lab. 127.36 to 38 right now on GameStop. AMC holding barely $19. It is getting hit. Already hit 18.86. AMC is down 160. It was already down 180 on the latest drop off. 20 million shares traded on AMC. No support here. We're off over $3 from its high, maybe even $3.50 from its high. 127.66 GameStop. 127.99 the low. 126.76 on GameStop. Selling waves keep coming in. Rob, breaking news: until GameStop dips below where we can buy back or cover calls, I'll be avoiding the use of the neat button as they only make the market go up. And there's breaking news right there. The obvious: do not use the neat button. It only makes markets go up. Rob, thank you for that public service announcement. Without you, we'd be lost. You are there, my friend, and we appreciate it. Richard is saying SSR has been hit at 126.76. We broke the 10% barrier on GameStop. We've dropped more than 10%. That means you can't short the stock by hitting bids. That is restricting short sales. Interesting. That's all day today and tomorrow. Very interesting. Tomorrow being option expiry day. See how this affects the market. Yes. Coyote, hey, it's me, your local bear here to raise awareness of our glorious Bear Nation gang. Dr. G, Aurora plan change. Change out the sold lots to max my realized loss and offset realized gains to avoid taxes. This will also lower my cost average on GameStop. Write it out to Friday. Buyback, covered calls left. Interesting. 128.15 on GameStop, 19.14 on AMC. We're up 165 on the Dow. NASDAQ down 8.9 points now, negative so far on the morning for NASDAQ. We have gone into the red. Oil down 212, 112.78 right now on oil. Alrighty. And Jen is in the house.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. I have something to tell you.
Oh. Is that good or is it bad?
I broke the house.
You broke. Oh, I saw that. You broke the house. What were you doing? You just don't know your own strength.
I was just pulling on the handle to. We have a sink in the mudroom here that is beside the washer dryer, and the sink was used yesterday, and all night last night there was a drip.
See, I didn't hear the drip.
And I realized this morning when I came downstairs, the house is dead quiet when I come down in the morning. I could hear this drip, and I went into the room and I turned the light on. Oh, that's where that sound is coming from. I thought it was outside a roof drip. So I put my hand on the handle. It's one of those long handles that it's like a steering, like a gear shifting, just holding it down and it snapped off.
Yeah.
I had it in my hand.
And it looks like it's a brass washer that's snapped.
Yeah. So I went down below the sink and turned off one of the taps to try to stop the flow of water into the sink because it was dripping more.
Right, it's still dripping.
And then the other one, I can't move it. And I didn't want to crank on it too hard. I'll snap it off. Didn't want to do that. I was careful with the first one. It started to move, so I turned it to get off. But the other one won't budge. So I'm not going to touch it. So, yes, so we have to deal with that.
Drippage.
So, yeah, so we have a little ding, ding.
Good thing you have a handy cousin.
I got me a handy cousin who I'm going to put a call into today between shows, and we'll see if I can convince him to come by. I don't think that's going to be a hard sell, and I'll have him come and take a peek at this, and we'll figure out what to do, because I will also call my landlord.
Until then.
I will let my landlord know what happened to the sink, and they will let me know what they want to do, whether we just shut it off and they deal with it when they return, or whether we replace it, or we'll figure it out. We'll figure it. It's not the end of the world, but we can see it from here. It's like moving to Edmonton in Alberta. You get transferred to Edmonton. You're not at the end of the world, but you can sure see it from Edmonton. You can see the end of the world. It's just over there. Oh, it's way up there. Hello, Edmontonians. How you doing? Oh my God!
I see lots of red on your screen.
Well, yes. We're higher on the Dow, 160 on the Dow. We're up on the S&P 18. NASDAQ was just negative a few minutes ago. We're only up 6 points. We were just in the red here.
Oh.
And we're down 240 on oil. So oil down 240 is good. Interest rate worries are bad. War, not good. And so we have...
Today is a month.
It's been a month. And rumors of 15,000 Russians killed, injured, or mutinied. Captured or mutinied, apparently. Huge numbers. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I see red on all of our growth stocks. I see red on GameStop, 129, 36 off 1150.
Yes.
We were at 151 yesterday for the high.
It had a pop. We knew it was going to go
151
down.
For the high, 129 now.
There's
the low, 126.
There's some good profits being taken on that.
Yeah, so we're getting people finding out what's going on.
Yeah.
Dave the Mac guy lives in Edmonton. Oh no!
Sorry about your hockey team.
Oh, we're all worried about our hockey teams. We're all worried. The playoffs are coming. What's going to happen to our hockey teams? I
Do we
wonder.
get to go in the playoffs?
Well, we're all getting to the playoffs. I
Finally.
think the Oilers are going to make it. They've turned the ship around to get to the playoffs. Now what happens? We get into the playoffs, and are we gone in 4 straight or what? This is it. We need a streak.
You want a sports question?
Okay.
What the heck is Tyreek Hill doing? Going to possibly the Dolphins or the Jets? Jets, Jets.
He's cashing in. That's what he's doing.
No kidding.
And his
I
agent
think
is
he
saying to
saw
him,
Devontae Adams and went, what?
his agent
How
is saying,
much?
Miami or New York? I think you go to New York. Why? Says the player. It's cold up there. Because that's where the media is, and that's
Yeah.
where the advertising
Yeah.
is, and that's where you can become a personality. And wouldn't you like to be an all-time great of the Jets for the rest of your Hall of Fame career? Hello.
Yeah.
Upside here. Upside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see about that. Of
Yeah.
course, Miami's nice
I
and
was
warm.
quite surprised by that. He is a very good receiver.
Showing you the limitations of KC and their budget. They're
and it shows
they're
you,
at max. They can't spend any more.
It shows you the limitations of the sport.
The NFL.
That
That's right.
Unfortunately, when you get to be the top of your position,
Yeah.
you almost have to move around. It's like anybody. You want to make a raise, you have to change companies.
That's right. You want to raise, you got to change bosses. And the problem is, you take a top-notch team like KC and bring them down a notch.
Yeah.
And you do that with all kinds of the top teams, and that's the equivalency of the NFL, where teams at the bottom can afford to buy talent
Right.
and move up. The question is, good
But
management,
do they
good
have
coaching.
Mahomes as a quarterback that can throw the ball
It's
to their brand new shiny
it's
receiver?
all got to work. It's all
Yeah.
got to work. You have teams with great quarterbacks, great receivers, great defense, great coaches. Doesn't work.
You need great chemistry.
Chemistry, discipline. Yeah. But if
It's
you
a
get
team
prima donnas,
sport.
you get guys who think they're prima donnas, you're cooked. It's over. You get guys who believe in a team concept, you got a shot. And
Yeah.
that's the difference. That's it. Yes,
It is.
indeed. What should I have on my bagel today?
I don't know. I did not get a very good sleep last night.
Mm.
It was windy,
Ooh.
and the wind would slam against the house.
I didn't hear that. I must have slept right through that. Which
Yes, you were.
I'm
sleeping.
grateful for that.
Yeah.
129 on Gamestop, by the way.
How about, would you like an egg today?
I was thinking of this. I was wondering, maybe.
We have new marbled cheese slices.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of something else.
What would you like?
A toasted bagel
Yes.
with butter on it.
Yes.
And no cheese, just butter.
Okay.
And then a scrambled egg on the side with some ketchup and a fork, and I'll just eat the egg separately and eat the toasted bagel as a toasted bagel.
You're going to show them the magnificence of your eating skills.
I might put the fireworks on and the puppies. I might show the puppy and the pussycats from time to time. We'll see. We'll see how everyone behaves and how it works out. But that's what I'm thinking about.
Sure.
Just a scrambled egg
Scrambled on the side.
on the side.
Do you want a little ham in that scrambled egg?
If you could dice it up and
You
fry
want
it
some
up,
ham in
that
it?
might work. Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what we can do. I'll be back.
Good stuff. We're up 142 on the Dow. We're backing off a little bit here. NASDAQ has gone red again. We're down 579. Rocket Lab is down 23 cents. SoFi's down 23 cents to 914. GameStop 129.66. AMC 1937. Matterport down 11. ME down 14 points. Spire down a penny. ATIP down 1.5 cents. Smart Rent down 27. Sextera up 41 cents to 1207. Pfizer up 56 to 52.74. So we have some, this and that. We're up 370 on Bannock. Home Depot up 16 cents. IBM up 32 cents. Microsoft down 49 cents to 299. Apple up 36 cents. Goldman up 81 cents. Cisco down 32. Facebook up $3. Amazon down 58 bucks. Tesla down $4 to $9.94. Google down $3 right now. And Bed Bath Beyond down 98 cents. So there's red in them there hills. The Dow now up 135, backing off again. Lots to watch for here. What else is going on? Malo, hey, Uncle Bruce, maybe Silka could buy 1,000 SoFi and write covered calls at 9.5 strike for April 29 for around $76. That would net 760 plus 300 if it gets assigned. Well, there's that too. There's all kinds of possibilities here. All kinds, all kinds. Rob, thank you for the donation for the Fix the Sink Fund. Yes, we have to fix the sink fund. I snapped the handle off on the thing. I got to talk to the landlord and confess I broke your house. It's nothing serious, but yeah, I was holding this thing going, oh, it's all metal. And I snapped it? What? And I looked inside, it's all plastic. All the parts inside are plastic. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. It's crap. 129.42 on GameStop. Thank you, my friend, for this Canadian dollar donation. I do appreciate it. Tyreek was traded to Miami last night. Dolphins. KC can spend now money and draft picks. KC has a ton of cap room, third highest, I believe. T. Hill didn't have to a choice. He was traded. Miami gave up 4 draft picks and money. Silka Malo. Yes, I have SoFi, but I'm sure about the premiums be as good as there may not be as good as GameStop. My Raiders got Devontae Adams. He played with Derek Carr at Fresno State. They destroyed defense. It's going to be great watching Adams, Renfrew, and Waller. Nicholas, SoFi being down on low volume means there's not a lot of conviction at this move, right? Or people taking a pause and trying to understand what is this market going to do? Are we going to stay up today and try to recover from a 450 point drop? Or are we going to go lower? Where are we at? And there's a lot of questions. 909 on SoFi, buying opportunity. 129.14 on GameStop, still under 130, backing off. Rocket Lab volume low and a stink to hold the line. Rocket Lab 854, down 22. SoFi 910. GameStop 129.05. AMC 1923. Michael, Chris Savage. Don't forget Josh Jacobs setting up the passing game. Credit Savage. Stink bid is in for Matterport at 751. SoFi at 851. Both for 100. Bought with the GameStop cover call premium. Yay! Scott Burr. Have to replace cheap auto parts and just spilled some coffee. Puppies would be nice. Nicholas. Credit Savage. Not even the best Raiders move this offseason. The best is Tyreek Hill to the Dolphins. Mike, I'm sure I was just talking at receivers, but yes, JJ will be healthy and running through D's next year. Going to try to catch at least one game in Vegas. Mallow, Uncle Bruce doesn't recommend writing anything under $20. Again, you got to decide. Let's go. The hotel I'm in has a dripping faucet, says Duncan Splair. Stonks hate me. I was 1 cent above my order here. Michael, that whole division is stacked now. Rubbish, says Duncan. Credit Savage. Nicholas Tyreek will do nothing in Miami. Tua has no arm, and that line is suspect. Need a great left tackle and guard. Splair, I got it. 42 SoFi at 910.85. 916 on SoFi right now. 131 on GameStop. Vilbus. The idea that Adams will destroy with Carr as much or more than he did with Adroid is laughable. Let's see. Splair, making orders seems to be a lot easier than trading with the own hands. Yeah, the AFC West will be the toughest division next year. It will be like the old black and blue division of the NFC East back in the day. Sell my house, number 256 here, and very late. Stupid job. Michael, Raiders have a lot more going on with their offense, though. Vilbus, Tariq had a choice. KC had made him a solid offer. He wanted more money and was traded. Let's go, says Nicholas to Splair. Amalo, true, but only because the premiums are low, about 1/10 the premiums on GameStop, but you can still use it to bring in cash if you dare the market to take you out. Jason, I'm sure Uncle Bruce loves reading all of the football talk. I'm laughing my ass off. I do what I can. It's a public service. We're up 196 on the Dow. We're back up again to the new high of the day after all the NFL talk. We're up 25 on S&P, and NASDAQ is up 35 points. So we've had a little buy wave come through here. We're up. We're down 237 on oil. GameStop has had a little pop. It's now at 131.12, down 988, where AMC is at 1961, down 113. The volume on GameStop now is 3.6 million. Sounds like a lot, but yesterday at this time, I think we were pushing 8 to 10 million shares. We are not doing that well volume wise. AMC 1961 on 23.9 million. We traded 170 yesterday. We should be at 60 million if we have a shot at that. It's not happening. Matterport down 7. ME down 12 and a half. Spire unchanged. ATIP down a penny. SmartRent down 22. Cyxtera up 48. Pfizer up only 39 cents now. There it is, up 197 on the Dow. Is what I'm saying. Is this real or not? We're going to find out. GameStop 130, 131. Barely hanging on to 131. Cindy, I sold all my ME last year during tax loss harvesting. Bought it again when it was down. I'm down again. Still love the company. Still love it. Blair, Nicholas, rock on. Silka, Mallow, Thumbs, Jeff, Rams to repeat. There you go. We're going to find out. Cheers, everybody. Welcome to the show today. Welcome from around the world to Stock Markets with Uncle Bruce. I hope you're having a good morning. We're watching a lot of stuff going on here. We're trying to figure out where we're headed. We do see GameStop at 130.49 right now. The low of the day, 126.76. Will it go lower? We're watching for this. Dealing with this market as we have to do. And let's see how we play it out. We're at 187 on the Dow right now. We've got Rocket Lab at 859, down 17. SoFi at 918, down 19 cents. GameStop at now 130.04, $130.04, hanging on to the 130 level right now. 129.98, 129.87. Couldn't hang on to 130. 1948 on AMC. Matterport 810, down 9. ME 360, down 14. The AMC low of the day, 1886, just after 10 o'clock this morning. So watching that, and 129.74 now on GameStop as we back off to 129.15. Just saw that. 129.15. We're within a dollar or two of the low of the day. Yeah, $2.50 or so. Watching closely this market, 129.17 on GameStop. We're backing up. The Dow up 179, topped out at 194, up a half a percentage point, but that's it. S&P up 36 points, a quarter of a percentage point. Watching that, it's shaky. The Starbucks CEO gets a $60 million golden goodbye, even as the company tries to keep out the unions. Keep out union workers and give the top boys $60 million. Thank you for your service. See you around. Mr. Schultz is going to take over again. Screw unions. Interesting developments there. Man, oh man. 129.34 on GameStop. AMC 19.36. That's a lot of cups of coffee, don't you think? You make maybe 20 cents a cup, 40 cents a cup, 50 cents a cup of coffee, 60 million big ones, 120 million cups of coffee. Have a nice retirement, pal. Boy, would I like to be that guy. I failed in my mission to make the company much, 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 much richer. I will walk with 60 million reasons to not feel so bad about it. Interesting stuff. Where's my publisher? I got to write a book. Wow. Shameless product placement, Uncle Bruce. Okay, I just told Hotel I need a late checkout. Can't keep from watching what's going on here. Uncle Bruce, take some cans of caffeine Coke with you. In Germany, for example, they cost €2.50 if you want to import cans with caffeine. German Coca-Cola has no caffeine, but in Amsterdam it is available cheap. I drink caffeine-free. I'm a caffeine-free drinker. I don't care about caffeine in my cola. I love caffeine-free cola. So this isn't the problem for me. Coyote, Starbucks, a bunch of good old boys. Dunkin', big profits in the coffee. Oh, yeah. And we pay. It's incredible. 161 on the Dow now. We've backed off a little, just a little bit. Not much. Just, 129.40 on GameStop right now. 129.40 at the moment. AMC just backing off here to 1933. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Welcome one, welcome all to the show. Thank you so far for 264 thumbs ups from you wonderful people. I appreciate that so much. Nice of you to be here this morning. Great to see you. Thank you again, Rob, for doing that donation today. Thank you very much, all of you who are subscribing and becoming members of this channel. If you're a member, you get to comment over here. Love you for that. If you're interested in learning how to write options and make money on the options market, take my courses, take my classes on my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. Head on over there, check out the various classes. There are 12 of them, all kinds of option strategies, poor man covered calls, spreads, writing cash secured puts. Learn all about that over there. Enjoy. And if any of you are looking for a one-on-one session with yours truly, to talk about your accounts and your trading philosophies or ideas, drop me an email, brucefarmer@hotmail.com. Let me know, Bruce, I'd like to have a one-on-one with you. Saturdays or Sunday mornings is when they're available, and we'll see if we can get together. Absolutely. Thank you all for your support of this channel. Love you guys, and I'm glad you are here. Thank you. 130 could be the new support level for GameStop. It's been supported here before. Yeah, could be or could not be. The volumes need to be higher to support these prices, though. Splair, to the caffeine topic, that's why I buy the coffee beans from Starbucks rather than the coffee. The true repairman. Uncle Bruce, on the other note, waiting for you to sort out your comic book collection for sale. Lately, there's been a comic book speculation market boom. Maybe you can sell enough to fund another Euro trip. How about that? Wouldn't that be something? But the Keurig, what about that? No, we tested it in laboratory at Chemical Lessons, a caffeine-free, only aroma of caffeine inside. Adventure Duncan SP, even cheaper. Splitter Mate Tea has more of it and really not much there. Interesting. All kinds of comments about coffee and caffeine and tea and cola and oh my. Never a dull moment. 129.22, 129.18 on GameStop. We're about what was that, about 240 away from the low of the day, 128 to 127. Well, yeah, about 240, 245 away from a new low of the day. 129.04. Will we break down lower or go higher? We're at 167 on the Dow, 22-point gain on S&P, 32 on NASDAQ. We're up a quarter of a point to a half a point on these markets. Not a lot of support there. Not a lot. Yes, a 129.10 on GameStop. 129.01 on GameStop now. 129.01. 1932 on AMC. Interesting. Watching both of these devices of mine. Keeping an eye on those markets. 159 gain on the Dow. Just slight little tiny. Just slippage. Just a little. I don't know. We'll see. We are going through the gyrations right now of these markets. Thank you everyone for being here this morning. It's great to see you. I'll stretch out here. Oh goodness. Oh, all kinds of fun. Let's see what's happening. Hotel packed full of cruisers to go cruising, says Duncan. Michael, did Nick get exercise? Not that I know of. Splair, the talks get deeper when stonks are dipping and chilling at the bottom. That's it. 129.50 on GameStop. 165 gain on the Dow. So jumping a boot. Oh, here we are. Look at that. Scrambled eggs with ham bits in there. Toasted bagel with a bit of ketchup in here.
And George nephew.
I'll just do. Oh, thank you for all. Thank you for all of that. Okay. This is beautiful.
Oh, you need a napkin.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Oh God. The etiquette. The etiquette of not having a napkin. A beautifully toasted sesame seed bagel with butter.
You better.
Oh yeah.
There you are.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. It's a good thing, folks. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for your support of this channel. Appreciate it. So good. Lots to watch in the markets. oil, gold, copper, corn, nickel. Um, Sanctions. How are these sanctions going to affect the markets? How are these sanctions going to affect Russian companies from being able to pay their bills? This is something to watch for. We've not had to deal with this before. A whole new normal. It's wild. Mm. Headline coming out says mortgage rates are likely to push towards 5% before the end of the year. Rates soar to the highest level in over 3 years, putting pressure on home buyers. Okay, we'll see. Bobby is saying, Uncle Bruce, I'm writing Matterport. October 21. It's better to stay out of the money or take the 7.5 for more premium. Well, I wouldn't write 7.5, so in the money. I think you want to write out of the money contracts if you're going to write anything. Taking the higher exercise price plus the premium is the way to go. So you're going to write 9s or 10s. Up to you. At 8.10 on the Matterport right now, down 9 cents right here. Okay, we're at 130.76 on Gamestop. 130.76 right now. Trying to hang in and hang on to 30. 130. But the volume is not there. Okay. Inspire. Did I say this? Am I saying this right? Jennifer's pampering you. Jen takes good care of me. She's got to keep the talent fed, hydrated. Got to keep that talent going. He's the ticket. Jen is an angel. I want me a Jen. There you go. Everybody needs a Jen, no question about it. Jens need Uncle Bruce's, and Uncle Bruce's need Jens. 130.11 on GameStop right now. Thank you all of you for being part of this channel. I love you guys. We keep plugging away here. SoFi 922, a little better. Rocket Lab still 861. Matterport down 7 now, 812. Octavio, I'm about to close escrow. First-time home buyer. My rate will be at 4.625, and I had it locked about 3 weeks ago before the first rate hike from the Fed. So I'm sure it'll get higher by now in LA. It'll go higher. Yep, and that locks you in here. Good stuff. And this is a low rate. Don't be fooled that this is a high rate. It's a low rate, especially with inflation. It's 7, 8, 10%. This is a good rate. Michael, can I use my press pass to access the Gold Bagel member lounge? I'm sorry, Fred. No press allowed, just members only. We had fun last night. Those of you who weren't here with us last night for the primetime show, that was a good one. Regaling some of the gold members with some of my exploits over the years. Primetime story time with Uncle Bruce. That's what it is. Yeah. 131 on GameStop. 1955 on AMC. Press pass. Oh boy. The good old days. Mm. Ham and scrambled eggs with a toasted bagel. We're talking heaven on a stick, baby. It's pretty good. Pretty darn good. You gotta love that. Mm, mm, mm. I forgot to join the show yesterday. Aurora, it was a very good primetime show last night. It was really good. Yeah. Dave the Mecca, any thoughts on changing the night of the primetime show? Occasionally, for those of us with prior commitments every Wednesday night. Have you thought of that? Hadn't thought of that. And it is the last week with another time zone. All my something to sell, all my stink bids to sell are closed. Nick, Michael, I have managed to roll over with credit. Splair, hope to find it on a rerun. To Splair, Michael, Nick, nice, glad to hear it. Rock and roll, rock and roll. We are at 168 on the Dow. We're backing off a tiny bit. Nothing serious. GameStop 130.42, 129.99, 129.56. GameStop dropping again. Down she goes. $129.78 on GameStop. Zed Estate punching out the thumbs up button at 269. GameStop at 100. What is the ETA? Well, let's see what happens here. 130, 129. We're just hanging on here, I think. Yeah, you Europeans, says Splair. I think we all change on Sunday to summertime. Europe is going to change its clocks. Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party. Mm. Toasted bagel, baby. So good. Mm. Oh boy, scrambled egg with diced ham in there. Handy. Very nice. Mm. Very nice. 129.87 on GameStop. 130, right around that level now. Mm. 129.47. 128.77 on GameStop. $128.75. Dow's in a little sell mode again, backing up. $129.09 on GameStop. Looks like 129 might be hit. Mm. 128.98. Yep. Mm, 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 mm. Dow trying to hold a 160 point gain right now. Don't know if it's going to do it. Mm. Mm. Okay. Is Smart Rent going to be another stonk to buy after hours? It's always a good one to get. I have a feeling about some lurking people bounce after we shut down the show red quickly. Shez, I had a stink bid in for Amazon at $3,201.99, and it hit. Did I do that right? Well, it's at 32.28 right now, so you're looking good already. Congratulations on your buy for GameStop, picking it off. It's down 40 on the day, and you picked it off down 60. You did it right. You sure did it right today. Definitely scored a good price there. The Dow now up 151. We're coming into some selling here on the Dow index. GameStop 128.93, 128.98, just under 129. $128.78. The low of the day, 126.76, and we're about $2 away from the low of the day right now on GameStop. Delish. Fantastic. Mm. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Thank you, everybody, for patiently waiting me out. When is Amazon going to split? I think it's May, sometime in May. So the next 60 days, 5, 6, 7 weeks, not long. Uncle Bruce, how long do you need to hold a losing position before you can sell it and claim capital losses? That's a tax question I can't answer. You're going to have to check. That information is available on Google, I'm pretty sure. Uh, some of our folks might know the answer. You might get an answer here. There are rules about selling a stock and then buying it back quickly and not getting the loss. It's considered a wash trade. You have to look into all that. This is not my forte. I cannot believe my complete Cardano investment is back up at 40%, and I get their monthly $3 to $5 through staking dividend system in coins. Way to go, swear. Franz, is SoFi being impacted like all those financial institutions that can get paid in loan interest with Russia? What do you think? Was anything there? No, they're not. They have no exposure to Russia. Morning, I wrote some GameStop 125 calls expiring April 1. Hold or roll? What do you think? GameStop 125s. Hold. I'd say just sit tight. Sit tight. 129.90, 128.91 right now in the stock. Shez, do it for less. Do it for less. I don't know what that means. Mallow, 30 days in USA, can't buy until the 31st day to avoid a to avoid a wash sale ruling, I guess. GameStop, 129. 1934 on AMC. Okay. Watching a lot of activity here. Yeah, Noto has already said with SoFi, we have no interest in Russia. Nothing. No exposure to anything in Russia. So SoFi will not have any issues there. 922 down 11. 926 actually down 11. The low of the day on SoFi, 907. Right now, 926. And we're only down 11 cents. Rocket Lab is coming back. It's only down 8. The Dow is up 209 right now, climbing again. Had a drop off to the 150 mark. Now we're up 209. We've got a surge of buying in the Dow. GameStop with 129.02. Matterport 811 down 8. ME 364 down a dime. Spire down a penny at 206. ATIP down 2 cents to 174. Smart Rent down 30 to 613. Sixtera 30-cent gain, 11.96. Pfizer up 38 cents to 52.57. We just can't seem to break out of this 52 to 52, 50, 60 range. It seems. We'll see. Vanik up 5.96. Home Depot down 82 cents. IBM up 23 cents. Microsoft up 40 cents at 299.89. We're not going anywhere. Apple up 80 cents. Not going anywhere. We're at 171.01. We got as high as 172.35. Now we're lower from the highs earlier. Goldman up 35 cents. We're flatlining. Cisco down 32. Facebook up 4. Amazon down 40 bucks. Tesla up $13 to 1,012 again. Google up 17 bucks. Bed Bath Beyond down 77. BlackBerry down 3. Royal Caribbean up 17 cents. We're not going anywhere, people. It's pennies. Nvidia's up $17. American Airlines up 12 cents, pardon me. And Moderna up 34 cents to 179. So 170 now on the Dow. We just gave up 35 points in a hurry. The little buy wave kind of backed off. GameStop, 128.68. 128.68 now. $1.90 away from the low of the day. Right about there. Okay. Okay. The Dow up 169.71. Nasdaq's up 78, about a half a percentage point. The Dow's up a half a point. S&P up 0.63. So kind of about the same. All three indexes are in the same general vicinity for gains. GameStop itself down $12 a share, $12.18 to $128.82. AMC down $1.39 today. GameStop has gone into SSR, short sale restriction mode, for the rest of the day today and all day tomorrow. Dropped more than 10% at its low of the day. There you are. That is where we've got this market. SoFi 922 down 15. Rocket Lab down 15 at 861. And we're just going to see if GameStop wants to hit a new low here. Will it go for another run lower? It's awful close to the low of the day at 128.47 now. $1.70 away. It wouldn't take much to go lower. I don't know. Dr. Walter Bishop. Good morning, everybody. Thumbs up number 276. Right on. Welcome to the show this morning, Dr. Walter. Let's see here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Appreciate you all being here. Oh, yeah, I should mention, would you like to get together with Jennifer and I, any of you folks? If you'd like to visit with us, we'd love to meet with you in Europe. We're talking about the idea of doing meet and greets in London, in the UK, Amsterdam, and Zurich, Switzerland. We're talking about the possibility of 3 consecutive Saturday meet and greets at 3 different cities if we can pull this thing off. That's what we're talking about doing here. We're indicating at the moment that the dates for get togethers Saturday, May the 21st, would be London. Saturday, May the 28th, would be Amsterdam. Saturday, June the 4th, would be Zurich. And if any of you can make it to those, any of those 3 locales at those dates, what I've been asking for you to do is send me a private email on my email account, brucerobert@hotmail.com. That is right here. Send me an email and tell me which of those cities would work for you. How many of you could meet us in London? How many could meet us in Amsterdam? How many could meet us in Zurich? Again, those dates, just kind of pop that back up again. We're talking about London on May 21st. These are all Saturdays. We're talking about Amsterdam on May the 28th. And we're talking about Zurich on June the 4th. Saturdays. These would be Saturday get-togethers. Hopefully that can work for a bunch of you folks out there. That would be absolutely terrific if we could do that. Do let me know with a private email. Give me a heads up and say, hey, yeah, that would be. I'd love to meet you in Amsterdam and to see you and Jennifer. Perhaps Zurich, perhaps London, England. If we get enough interest, we'll do it. If we don't, we won't. We're going to be in that area, and we're just on the road a little bit, and would love to see you folks in person. You'll get to meet Auntie Jen in person, and if you behave yourself, you won't get hit. You gotta love that. That's an opportunity of a lifetime. But let me know if you have an interest in a get-together with us for live meet and greets in Europe with our European friends. As a little start up there. No one's going to remember an Amsterdam meet and greet. No one will remember it. Maybe London is better. Amsterdam would be the perfect place, says Duncan. And Michael says, "Oh, I definitely love to. It's just not feasible for me. Smoke Dog, if ME hits $30 a share before then, I'll be in Amsterdam." Robert, that's a good one. Alex, Uncle Bruce, what do you think of writing a covered call on GameStop with tomorrow's expiry with a 130 strike around 650 range? What do you think about that? I'm not afraid of that option, right? If you want to write a contract covered call that expires tomorrow with a 650 premium, I would do that deal. And you know, and I know what you can do if necessary. If that stock wants to go to 135, 138 on you tomorrow, you'll roll into a weak Friday. You'll look at 130.35s. If it backs off to 125 today, 120 tomorrow, 118 tomorrow morning, you know this contract is worthless. You got yourself a nice little score here. So yeah, I like this idea. Definitely 1-day contract. Yeah, payday. Dave the Mecca, I definitely remember at least 40% of my last trip to Amsterdam. Met locals and hung out with them all week. But I remember about 40% of my trip. Well, folks, love to meet you in London, Amsterdam, Zurich. Tell me, where do you want to get together? That would be fantastic. Absolutely marvelous thing to do. They tell me the beer in London is pretty good. They tell me all kinds of things in Amsterdam are pretty good, and they tell me in Zurich you got to try the Swiss cheese and the chocolate. it's pretty good. So there's reasons to enjoy a little company. We'll see what we can do. That would be a lot of fun. Dr. Walter, London on the 21st of May is in my diary. Uncle Bruce, I've sent you an email. I'm there. I'm there. I am there. Well, the question is, will we be there? We'll work on it. The only fear we have is the new rise in the new variant of this virus. We're watching this closely and see how this all plays out. Jennifer has medical appointments here right now for her hip thing, and we're working that out. And we'll commit when we can commit, and we'll let you know as soon as we know. We'll let everybody know what's going on. But let us know if you have an interest in any of those dates and those cities. That would be a lot of fun, I think. We're up 172 on the Dow. We are choppy right now between 160 and 210 point gains. We're choppy. We're up 71 on NASDAQ. We're not taking off here. And we're up 28 on S&P, and we're kind of hanging around. So we'll see. We're down 97 on oil at 113.96, so it's come back a bit. Not helping the market. GameStop is 130.80 right here. It's been choppy now since this morning. It dropped this morning down to this 126 level and has been now between 127 and about 131. And that's kind of where we've been lately. 130.97 right now. This is typical. See what it does. AMC at 1962 after hitting a low of 1880 something. So watching that one too. Red otherwise on a lot of our other stocks. The Dow up 183.90. We're keeping an eye on things. It's what we do. It's how we do it. I got about 20 minutes to go on this show, and then I'm going to take a break until this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern. We'll be here for the final hour, and I certainly invite you to be with us. It would be great to have you join us this afternoon. We'll keep an eye on everything. Anyway, there it is. Keep an eye on things as best we can. Thank you all so much for popping in. What else is going on here? We have 284 thumbs ups. Thank you for those. Appreciate the support for the thumbs ups today. Hopefully we'll break through 300 before we go off the air. Maybe even more. That would be terrific. And we're watching these markets very carefully. Up 199 now on the dot. 131 on GameStop. There we go. A little better. Little bits. Just little bits. Okay. Looks like Facebook's announced an $800 million data center near Kansas City Airport. Interesting. There you go. Thank you all. Thank you. Have a good break, you all. Spare saying, Adventures Duncan. My talents are very different as I am a paper type. But maybe if someone would donate for me to speak with my pal, 2 for 1. These markets today are crap, says Jason. If they're not Scottish, they're crap. There you go. We're up 208 on the Dow now. The Dow's a little higher. Rocket Lab down a dime. SoFi down a dime. A little better there. 131.45 on GameStop. Trying to hang around there. Matterport down 9 cents. ME down 7. Spire down 3. ATIP down a half. A penny. Smart Rent down 29 cents. Cyxtera up 34. Pfizer up 60 to 52.80. There's where we're at here on these big markets. Otherwise, we are not moving much. We have slight gains on IBM, 54 cents. Microsoft up 27. Apple up $1.12. Goldman up 26 cents. We're not going anywhere here. This is hardly a huge run going on. It's not happening. It's just not happening. This market is tentative. And I wonder if it's subject to a drop. I really wonder about that. GameStop back to 130.62. The Dow at 199 right now. I don't know how strong these markets are. I had to step away. Where are these puppies you talk about? Scott wants to know. What's with the puppies? I do have a puppy dog here. You can always check it out. You gotta love that puppy. I mean, I got a puppy. I got a pussycat too, right? pussycat. See, we got cats, dogs, puppies. We got stuff. 130.65 on GameStop. We got stuff. Anyway, the true repairman. I know you think Texas is socialism in a corporate way, and all. But we would still like to have you and Auntie Jen over and have some good old fashioned barbecue together. I love Texas. Love Texans. Can't wait to come over. Um I kind of wonder though that $800 million plant. How much did Kansas City give up to get it? What did they cough up to get that deal? How many millions did they give away at the corporate level in order to get it from the taxable tax income level? I kind of wonder. Anyway, cute says Splair. J.K. Pussycat. Scott, glad I came back. This day isn't a total loss. He's got puppy dog, and he's got a pussycat. Thank God, Bruce. It's not a total waste of time. Absolutely. I'm glad you all made it, and it's all good. Welcome, one and all, to the great show. Here's something for you. That's good, huh? That's pretty good. Looks like roaring kitty to me, says Jason. Adventure Duncan thumbs. Miraculous. What happened? I think Russia hacked the the stream. The true repairman, cute, but it's no bagel. That's true. Yeah, Bruce needs a voice. He needs a video of a perfect bagel. Joanne, what is going on? This is how exciting the markets are. We're watching fireworks. Malo, I've noticed that when the imaginary lampshades points down, the markets go down with it. I have no idea what you're talking about. I know what lamp are you talking about? We're up 195 on the Dow. It is a gain. I mean, we were down 450. We're up 195. We're trying to get it back, but we're down 93 cents on the oil market. GameStop, look, 132.30 on GameStop, a little tiny bit better. 132.30, a little better. AMC 1977 down 97 cents. SoFi down 14 and Morocco down 9. They're not coming on like the Dow is. We're up 201 on the Dow now. Down a dime on Matterport and down 8 on ME, though it is better at 366. Could you get Jen to take a video of the bagel toasting and play that next time? I'll have to talk to her about that. And then Jen's hand appears while pushing it with one finger, exactly 1 centimeter, and then it disappears directly. Duncan, oh great! I was also going to put the notice on my membership will continue. Rob, just watching those sesame seeds get nice and toasty. Splair, wouldn't it be a great shortcut while you're gone? Wouldn't this be a great shortcut while you're gone? Oh man, oh man. 202 gain on the Dow, another point higher. GameStop 133 to 12. 133 on GameStop, a little higher. What's going to happen on that GameStop? Is this a dead cat bounce? What's the deal here? Are we going down now to 110? What's happening? AMC 1990, trying to go higher. It's trying. Dow was up 203. GameStop 132.79. I don't know. 132.77. I don't know. Volume on GameStop now is 4.4 million. That's not good. That's like a 8 million, 9 million share day. That's it. That's not good. AMC 29.8 million. We're not going to do 170 million like we did yesterday. That is not happening. We're slowing up here. Have to watch that. Spire down 2.5. ATIP unchanged. Smart Rent down 29. Sextera up 34. Pfizer up 54. Yeah. So how's this market going to do? We're up 203 on the Dow here. Just 203. Really not in a hurry to go. We're kind of hanging around, wondering if we're hanging around for a pullback. What's the deal? 132.82 on GameStop and 1985 on AMC. That just gave up about a nickel here. What do you think? Where are we going, guys? What's going to happen? I don't know. Yes. Next week, I finally finish my master's degree in renewable energy, and I'll finally have the time to start Bruce's classes. Dr. Walter, from one class to another. There you go. I don't know if you'll find ours so intense. We'll see. You let me know. We're up 210 on the Dow. GameStop 132.60 now. 132.60. 1985.86 on AMC. Rocket Lab's down 7. SoFi's down 11. Matterport's down 11. ME down 8.5. There's still some negatives. What is going on? Yeah, I wonder. I wonder on this market. 204.93 on the Dow. 132.97 on the GameStop. Okay. The True Repairman says, "Congratulations, Dr. Walter, on finishing your courses. Way to go on your masters. Rock and roll." Cheers to all of you from around the world for joining me today. We have 11 minutes left in the show. Great to have you here. We're watching with great interest what's going on. Thank you all for popping in here and being with us today. Tesla shares today are having another. We're having a good day. We're up $11 to 1,010. Although we did hit 1,040, wasn't that yesterday? 1,040. So they were higher. We're down 38 on Amazon, up 20 on Google though. Kind of mixed bag here. We're down 41 on Cisco, but we're up 36 on Goldman Sachs. Apple's up 137, Microsoft up 79, IBM up 65 cents, Home Depot down $1.45. So we got mixed results here. 202 on the Dow now on the plus side. Down to nickel and Rocket Lab, a dime on SoFi. GameStop 132.52. AMC at 9.75, just backed off another nickel. And Matterport down 11 and ME down 8.5. So yeah, we are quiet. We are quiet. Dr. Walter is saying, your classes will be more profitable for me, I'm sure. I suspect you might be right, Dr. Walter. You take my classes on my website. I think you're going to learn a few things that will come in handy for you in these markets that will more than pay for my courses, but they might also help pay for those master classes you've just been taking. That might be the deal. Coyote is saying, you know what, Dr. Walter, congrats. That is a huge achievement and a noble feat. Well done in a noble field. Duncan, yeah, I think 11:30 to 1, Will, I'm going to keep an eye. All right, Dr. Walter, thank you, the true repairman. Wait until Uncle Bruce starts handing out degree certificates for all of his classes. Congratulations, I'm in need of a doctor, says Duncan. 198 gain on the Dow. We're just floating around this plus 200. GameStop's consolidating in the high 120s to the early 130s. 132.51, just kind of hanging around. 1983 on AMC. Yeah, just kind of, we're there. We're just there. We're not there, but we're there. Yeah, Splair and Doctor, congrats on your success. Right on. Everybody, congratulations all around. 132.86 on the GameStop, 133.20 now. Jumping around, 133.60, trying to kind of put a rally in here. Can it get one? Can it hold one? Can it attract volume? 4.57 million. Doesn't look like it's attracting all that much volume here. Midday little rally with a fade. What are we going to get on this one? 1990 on AMC now, trying to rally higher. 30,600,000. Boy, that's way off. We'll be lucky to do 50, 60 million today at this pace. That's not half of yesterday's volume. Not great. Yeah. I do need. We'll watch for that. We'll be here. We'll see what's going on. Dr. Walter, thanks, you guys. Appreciate all those kind words. Right on, Dr. Walter. Well deserved, buddy. 202, not 199 gain on the Dow. 199. It's all gone quiet everywhere. It's just really quiet, whisper quiet right now on the markets. We have got very little going on here. 133.33 to 132.50 on GameStop. We just dropped $1 on GameStop. 132.50. AMC just backed off to 1984. Yeah, we're Rocket Lab is unchanged. There's some good news. We're unchanged on Rocket Lab. Down 6 on SoFi. Okay, Duncan. Bruce. Let's see what non-members are saying. Last 5 minutes possible. Well, no, you got to be a member to be here. You really, those who pay for the privilege. I think it's only fair that the privilege is maintained. I want to say thank you to all of you who are members. A good bunch of you here, and great to have you here and commenting on where we're at. Yeah, down a nickel on SoFi. GameStop 133.46 just jumped again. 133.18 just backed off again. Yeah, we're doing this here. Well, there it is. That's the deal. We'll see you at 3 o'clock this afternoon, everybody, for the final hour of trading. Let's see what's going on. Thank you, guys. It's a hook, says Duncan. VIJ River, thank you for this donation, Uncle Bruce. I wrote 5 contracts, $91 covered calls on GameStop expiring Friday. I got early assignment this morning and lost my shares. Do you think GameStop will back down? Yep, I think it can. Will it come all the way to 91? I don't think so in a hurry, but I think there's vulnerability here on the stock. Yeah, I do. And the key now of VIJ is to wait this out, watch this closely, see if the market wants to give us some more backing up here, and you will pick your spots when to jump into either the stock and write more contracts, or whether you're going to do a poor man covered call strategy where you buy options, more options than you had shares, and now write more contracts. You might be able to go up to 8 or 10 contracts at a time instead of 5 if you hold the calls instead of the stock. Bama, what are those? What are those that have a covered call in GameStop expiring tomorrow at 100 or below strike price going to do? Sell, roll, or get exercised? A combination of 2 things. You either buy them back and rewrite. That's a rollover. You might get exercised. That's always possible. If it happens, it happens, and then you become a sideline watcher for a bit. Watch the stock. If it backs off, we buy it back. Or you're going to become an acquirer of call options and become a poor man covered call writer at higher numbers of contracts. That might be the plan. We're going to see what happens. Dave the Mac guy, come on, SoFi, I want to get some stock here. Cindy, Uncle Bruce, could the early assignment happen on a poor man covered call? Yes, but then your other call will back you up. You'll be able to deliver on the other side. But the key on the poor man covered calls, as always, is you write out of the money contracts, and we move on from there. Dow's up 228, by the way. It's climbing again. GameStop 133.62. Bama, you just answered my question. There it is. Duncan, neat, butta. There you go. We're up 228 on the Dow. We're down 3 on Rocket Lab, down 6 on SoFi, at 133.61 on GameStop. We're at 1986 on AMC. We're down a nickel on Matterport. We're down 7 on MEE. We're down 2 on Spire. Unchanged on ATIP. We're down 20 on SmartRent. We're up 35 on Cyxtera. And we're up 35 cents on Pfizer. So we've got penny changes other than the dollar drops on GameStop. That is what's going on right here, right now. And Uncle Bruce, a quick question. If you get exercised, do you recommend the put strategy or the poor man strategy? Now, this is the 2 ways you can go. If you believe that GameStop shares in the next month, 2, 3, and 4 will go higher than where we are in this region, if you think that, we might go down to 110, 120, but ultimately we could go to 150, 170. If you think that is a possibility, you could write a put contract, a cash secured put, where you offer to buy your stock. So if you just got exercised at 90, 95, 100, and your premiums are in your hands, you've got that cash now, you could write a 90, 95, a 100, a 105, $110 cash secured put, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for a week out, a month out, 3 months out, 6 months out, up to you. The further out you go on a cash secured put, the larger the amount of money you're going to be handed right away, because you are selling and creating a put. You're writing a put. So you might commit to buying the GameStop shares for 100 a share, and you might be paid $15 for that commitment, which means you're ultimately going to pay 85 for the stock if exercised on a cash secured put. If the shares stay above the $100 level during the time that your contract lives, that $15 premium will shrink because eventually it'll be that contract is worthless. The stock is 105 or 110 or 133 where we are now. That contract has no book value. It will die zero, so you keep all the gains. Now, the higher you take a price, a strike price on for a put, you write a 110 or a 120 or a 130, you'll get more premium because you're closer to the market. You can go 3 months out with a 130 contract if you want. You got to put up 13 grand, and then you'll receive the premium of the $130 put contract. That you could consider doing. But you're now gambling that the shares will stay over the 130 mark rather than under the 130 mark, and the premium will protect you against a drop to a certain degree. It might be a $20 premium come your way, which means you're actually buying at 110. If you're comfortable buying at 110, turning around and writing a call option against your newly acquired position, okay. So you could do that. You could take the money you just received from assignment and write a secured put. You can pick the call you want to write. You pick the amount that put, generates to you. You have the right to do that. Let's see if we can find anything here. I'm not sure if this will work or not. I'm trying to get my big ass iPad to work for me, and it's putting up some squawk. Here we go. Got a page error here, so just dealing with technical difficulties. I guess is what I'm dealing with. Right, 133.21 on the GameStop shares. Let's take a look at May contracts. Can I get May's? Okay, May 20th expiry. So this is March 24, 2 months, ballpark, okay? If you're going to write a $130 put contract right now for May the 20th expiry, you'll be paid about $22.50 to $23 in cash. So you take that 23 off the $130 price, you're buying the stock for 107 if they make you do that. So if the shares go down, you have to buy it for 107. Are you comfortable paying 107 for GameStop and then turning around and writing a call option against it to bring in additional income? If the shares stay over 130 between now and May the 20th, if they go for a run to 160 in 2 weeks, just for a week, they go up to 160 for a while, these puts will be out of the money. They'll be out of the money by $30. They will likely drop to about the $10 level or $9 level or $8 level. That's all they'd be worth. You're paid $22. You can buy them back for $8, $9, or $10. Keep the change. Not worry about being assigned at all. You've just made a little bit of money on your money. You've made $1,000 on a $13,000 contract. Easy money. Obviously, if the shares stay up over 130 and May 26 rolls around, you get to keep all $2,200 per contract. So that's a $2,200 gain on a $13,000 gamble. Not a bad return on your money. You want to write 120s, you'll get about $17. You want to write 110s, you'll get about $12. All on these May 20s approximately. You want to write higher priced contracts. Say you're going to write 140s. You're really gambling that the shares will be over 140 between now and the end of the 20th of May. 140s will bring you $29 a contract right now. So you're paying 140 less 29. You're paying 111 for the stock. That's what you're committing to pay, right? So up to you if you want to write a call or write a cash secured put or not. If you're really conservative, you just want to write a $90 secured put. You have 9 grand and you want to write a 90. You can write a May 20th and you'll receive about $6. That means you're buying the stock for 84 if you get assigned. So if you only have $9,000, you can write the 90 and receive $600 right now. Do with it as you please. If the shares stay over 90, between now and May 20, you don't buy the stock ever, and you keep the money. All right. If you want to go further out, you can. If you want to go all the way out to January of 2023 and write a cash secured put for January the 20th, a $130 cash secured put will bring you right now about $47. So you're pledging to buy the stock at about 83 bucks until January 2023. That will be January the 20th, 2023. If you write a 120, which is 12 out of the money, you'll get about $40. You're buying the stock for 80. You want to write a $100 put, you'll bring in about 30 bucks. You're paying 70 for the stock. So you can do that if you wish. If you have $9,000 from being exercised at 90 a share on your call option, you have 100 shares, or you now have the equivalent of 500 shares of money in your account. You can write 5 cash secured puts, $90 strike cash secured puts, and receive about $24 a share right now. That's 2,400 times 5, $12,000 against your $45,000. And if the shares stay over 90 between now and January, you keep all of it. That's a return on your money. That's like buying the stock now at 132 and making 50% on it. In other words, it went to 195 to 200. That's the equivalent of writing a cash secured $90 put, getting 2,400 a contract, and not buying them back at all. That's the equivalent. All right, just so you know. Up to you how you want to play this. Money, money, money. There you go. Number of ways to leverage your cash on calls and or puts on GameStop, depending on where you think it's going to be between now and the future. Alrighty. What else is going on here? Thank you, everybody. Yeah, phone is saying, VI, you can always sell a put at strike price 90. Always. Let's see, the True Repairman with its NFT interface in play at the beginning of the third quarter, and assuming that should create a buy wave, thus it should be a bullish move based on what you're encouraged a put over a poor man. So there's that. If you write the put, you're gambling the stock's going higher. If you're doing a poor man covered call strategy, you win if the stock goes higher. But you also win if the shares meander about a bit, because you're going to take in these premiums every time you write new calls. But if you can write 132s to 135s now, 2 months from now you're writing 140s to 150s, and 2 months after that you're writing 160s to 180s, and generating revenue from writing calls. Those calls you bought, deep in the money calls, you may have bought 60s. Stock's now 180. You're up 100. You got a $120 contract now. How many have you got? Maybe 3, 4, 5. You've made money. All right. Sorry if I am keeping you, Uncle B. It's okay, True Repairman. Michael, True Repairman, if you're bullish, a cash secured put would be better. Covered calls are a bearish play. What else is going on here? True Repairman, Michael, thanks, and thanks for taking the time to answer the question. Much appreciation. I hope all of you guys who are getting exercised are listening to this. Well, it all depends. It's all good. We're up 233 on the Dow. Rocket Lab down 8. SoFi down 6. GameStop at 133, down $8. 1985 on AMC down 89 cents. Matterport has gone green. It's up 3 pennies finally. ME down 6.5. Spire down 2 cents. ATIP down 1.4 pennies. Smart Rent down 19. Cyxtera up 37 cents. Pfizer up 51 cents right now. The Dow up 229 at the moment. And there's where we're at right now, everybody. We're watching these markets as we will all day long. Join me at 3 o'clock today as we close the market this afternoon and find out how we set up for tomorrow, Friday, on what we're going to do next. Keeping an eye on these shares. 132.66 on GameStop, 1978 on AMC. Both are negative. We'll see if they have any kind of recovery, or will they give up more ground than we've been giving up. Well, GameStop volume right now, 4.8 million. This is way off. I don't even know if we'll do 8 million today. We might not even go, we might be down to 30% of the volume yesterday. Like, we are really dropping off on volume here. 4.8 million. This is not good for a gain at all. Looks like we got the 133.60 here. We're now 132.20. We'll see if this lasts, but 132.20 last trade on GameStop. We're backing up a little bit at the moment. Okay, guys, thank you all. I'll catch you this afternoon at 3:00. All right. I look forward to it, and we'll see what's going on. In the meantime, take care, and we'll see you real soon. Bye for now.